Welcome to Pune, the 8th largest metropolis and the largest city of Maharashtra. Located at the junction of the Mula and Mutha rivers, Pune is called the Queen of the Deccan, largely because it was once the base of the Peshwas of the Maratha Empire. The Shaniwar Wada, a 13-storied palace built by Bajirao I, is a historical landmark that offers a glimpse into the Maratha Empire and the Peshwa era, with impressive architecture, fountains and gardens. Pune is known for the Grand Aga Khan Palace, built in 1892 and now a memorial to Mahatma Gandhi, whose ashes are preserved in the garden. The Yerawada Jail in Pune, built by the British in 1871, is one of the largest prisons in South Asia and is known for its historical significance, having housed many Indian freedom fighters like Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose. Pune is now also a popular tourist resort, offering cool weather, historic and religious monuments. Srimant Daggu Seth Halwai Ganpati is the epitome of pride and honor to the city of Pune. Devotees from every part of India and the world come here to pray to Lord Ganesha every year. The 8th century Pataleshwar cave temple is dedicated to the Hindu god Shiva. Pune has long been a major educational and cultural center. Former Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru referred to it as the Oxford and Cambridge of India. The Poona Club is also a landmark on the city map, and the 18-hole golf course, sprawled over 95 acres of manicured pedigreed ground, is acknowledged as one of India's top 5 courses. The Poona Club golf course is only 18th golf course situated in the city. Dotted with majestic banyan trees and other flowering trees, the course is well appreciated for its water bodies and fast and true greens. This week, it plays host to the 22nd event on the PGTI calendar, and the Poona Club Open 2025 boasts of Rs 1 crore prize money. 57 players have made the cut, applied at 2 over 144. Former PGTI number 1 Manu Gandas posted a 66 to end the penultimate round in 3rd place at 11 under 202. Shaurya Bhattacharya, a winner on the PGTI this year, kept himself in contention with a round of 67 that placed him second, 2 shots behind the leader at 14 under 199. But at the end of round 3 of the Poona Club Open 2025, a 1 crore event, PGTI Order of Merit leader and pre-tournament favourite Yuvraj Sandhu came up with a terrific 6 under 65, the day's best in the tough conditions, following the overnight rain to take a 2-shot lead at a total of 16 under 197. Can Yuvraj Sandhu add another title under his belt here at the Poona Club?
Things are looking great. Our players are all
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the final rounds coverage of the Poona Club Open 2025. We are here at the Poona Golf Club, right in the heart of the city. Yuvraj Singh Sandhu, after the first 7 holes of this final day, leads at 19 under par with 3 birdies already on his scorecard. Shaurya Bhattacharya staying dry with a spell of 7 pars in a row, sticks around at 14 under par. Shivendra Singh Sisodia cooking up something special here at 4 under par at 12 under, tied alongside Manu Gandas. The weather, of course, is scintillating as ever at 24 degrees centigrade. We've got winds at 13 kilometers per hour. An interesting day here at the Poona Golf Club. While Yuvraj Singh Sandhu tries to run away, Shaurya Bhattacharya trying to sprint now to catch hold of him. I am your host Rahul Bajaj, joined alongside by my co-host Rahul Banerjee as well as Rakesh Rao as we join you from the studios here.
Very good morning to you, Rahul, and all our viewers. Yeah, definitely, Yuvraj Sandhu looks like he's running away with it, and he's the kind of player who likes to set the pace. And he's very quickly opened up a 3-shot gap further than what it was yesterday overnight. And 19 under to 14 under is already a very, very healthy cushion over his nearest pursuer, Shaurya Bhattacharya. As Rahul Bajaj just mentioned, not yet picking up a shot, but not giving anything away either. So he's hanging in there. I'm sure he's waiting for a chance. Yesterday, we did see him chip away steadily at Yuvraj's lead, and it had come down to actually one at one point in time, and he could have well entered yesterday with just one shot behind, but very, very narrowly missed birdie putt kept him 2 shots behind. But certainly setting the pace today, Rahul, Yuvraj Sandhu. And as our drone pilots continue to bring you shots of this magnificent, it must be quite something. It's looks like it's set in such a crowded locality, and this oasis of green, in the middle of all the concrete that surrounds it. One of the oldest courses, as you've heard, in the country. Beautiful, relayed completely, and looking an absolute picture. The Poona Club golf course, set in the heart of the city.
100%, Rahul. The golf course is set right in the heart of the city, very close to the airport, and flanked on the other side by the Yerwada jail. And here we are now on the 10th hole, the par 4, spanning over 322 yards. Most players trying to hook a high fairway wood or a driver onto the green over here. Pin perched up at about 27 in from the front edge today. 27 in from the front edge gives most players a good opportunity to get up onto the green, and should be a pretty makeable birdie for most players. There we have Manoj S on our screens now. Manoj S currently with 2 birdies on his scorecard so far on the 7th and the 8th has turned the front nine at 9 under par in total. Another player happens to be another Yuvraj. Is currently at 5 under par through the first 10 holes of the day, making his total up to 11 under, currently at a solo 5th position. The international challenger N. Thangaraja from Sri Lanka also at 2 under par through the front 8 holes of his. So players would like to be more towards the center or the center right of this green today, giving themselves a good look at a chip for an eagle. You don't want to quite miss this on the lower side. This golf ball certainly looks like it is moving towards that. The little friendly, furry animal that we have there, just chilling, enjoying the weather here at the Poona Club. Just 24 degrees centigrade. I would be doing the same.
You've seen one drive, I think, go to the right into the first cut, just on the rough. This last one looked to have gone left into the trees. And certainly the umbrellas are out, Rahul, so it could be a suggestion of maybe the odd, passing shower. We did have rain overnight and delayed start of play yesterday, so conditions I assume will continue to be, at least the greens will continue to be as receptive as they were yesterday. And like we've already seen, a very, very healthy number of birdies on pretty much every card.
Nice to see Manoj yesterday paired up alongside Shamim Khan and N. Thangaraja, two veterans of the sport here who've competed on the PGT of India. Shamim, of course, has been a former number one in the country, and N. Thangaraja, who's been a multiple winner here on the tour. And Rahul, what do you think, about a youngster like that? Having the honor of being in company of such good players. It's of course a learning day for him.
And not just the company, Rahul. As we saw the last visuals, before the camera pulled away, we actually saw Manoj and Thanga in conversation. That's the next step. Playing alongside good players, experienced players, great players is one thing, but picking their brains through the 18 holes of play is where I would assume the learning really starts to come in. I mean, on a different level. Because if you're going to be talking to somebody as experienced as Thanga, who's already won 3 times just this year alone, there's learnings to be had, and I think Manoj is doing the absolutely the right thing.
So that's there for Manoj S, and hopefully he's heard out Rahul Banerjee and picking the brains of two of the finest players that we have seen over here. As we take a look at Yuvraj Singh, now putting over here on hole number 11, currently at 11 under par for the tournament, playing alongside Arjun Prasad today, who himself has made 4 birdies and a lone bogey on hole number 5, currently at 3 under par and 7 under total for the tournament. And yes, Mr. Banerjee, you're absolutely right. There is a little bit of rain and a little bit of drizzle that we can see through the lens of that camera. No trouble here for Yuvraj Singh. Moving on to the par 5, hole number 12. And Thangaraja seems to have left himself out slightly on the right side over here. He can really hit a good shot from this tee box as well. He can hook the ball quite well, but seems to have found himself in the right rough over here. Has got plenty of room to work with though. Pins on the left side and the top end, which is 27 in, so should have enough room to release the ball. And owing to these little bit of drizzles, you would certainly see a lot of softness on the green. So not really looking at having the speed increase today. In fact, if anything, it would have stuck around at about 9. The tournament started off, we had about speeds of 10.5 on the stimp, and due to the rains, you can't really go chop down the grass too much, so it's currently rolling at about a 9.
A very brisk player, Thanga, as you can see on the screen, doesn't waste a lot of time. He was very quick to decide which club he wanted. Step back once or twice to make sure he had the right line, and he's a low runner, as Rahul has been saying. He's a good option on a course like this, but I think he overcooked it a little.
That'll leave him a really tough shot from back there. That'll need him to employ some sort of extra acrobatics with the 60-degree club face to be able to pull that shot off close to the hole. Manoj S coming up from the left side. I think he's short of the green, so he should also have plenty of room to work with. In the background there, we've got Wen Cobb, one of the sponsors of this week's tournament here at the Poona Club. The prize purse of 1 crore rupees is what the professionals are playing for this week. Of course, that would get divided among the 50 players who make the cut, 57 this week. And Manoj S has put himself on the green at about 15 feet for a very realistic birdie opportunity. The Wen Cobb group is the VH group. It's one of the most integrated and progressive poultry conglomerates in the world. Shamim Khan, former PGTI number 1 Order of Merit champion. The first look at him over these 2 days.
He has such an easy swing, Rahul. Shamim, I've watched him a few times at practice. It's just he's not a very big man. He's fairly short, not great in terms of fitness, as you can see there. But the ease at which he hits the ball, the smoothness of that swing is quite something to see. And we just saw a little example of that. No fuss golf. I mean, he just doesn't really waste too much of time and goes about his business very quietly. And we just saw the result. Just one little practicing, and he was at the job. Put the ball on the planks on the dance floor, and there you go.
Shamim heavily experienced competitor, has dropped 2 shots on the front nine and is at 4 under par for the tournament. That, of course, is not his best of wedge attempts, but one can't take away from the fact that he has definitely been one of the finest players and has led the way for a lot of champions to footsteps that he's created for the other players to walk into. In fact, like you said, he's a simple old timer kind of a golf game that he has, and you know, all self-taught and learned over experience. With years of experience, is what he's learned how to play, and clearly it works very well. Thanga Raja leaving that in jaws of the fringe.
Just undercooked that a little. I think he was worried that the ball would run away, so he kind of just held back a little by the looks of it, and
As
managing only to find the verge of the green.
as news now flows in on the eighth hole, Shaurya Bhattacharya has fired up his first birdie of the day to move within 4 shots of Yuvraj Sandhu. Yuvraj currently at 19 under and Shaurya Bhattacharya at 15 under par. Seems a long shot away, but we still got 10 holes to go, which will make things extremely interesting here at the Poona Golf Club. We spoke about this yesterday as well. This golf course can give you immense number of opportunities to make birdies as long as you can keep the wedge and the putter hot.
And he did it yesterday, Rahul. Shaurya was, he kept chipping away at Yuvraj's lead, and he came pretty close. I mean, so like you said, there are 10 holes to go, and if he really gets on a tear, I think Shamim Khan is the first to go with his putter. Again, no fuss, no muss. Safely tap in for a par on that one.
No, I remember playing a couple of my rounds that I've been fortunate enough to play with Shamim in the past, and I would think at that point of time he was pretty much at the top of his game. Uh, he just goes about so nonchalantly about his business that if you're playing with him, you would actually think that he's not hit a very good shot on a lot of occasions if you looked at his reaction. But when you see him signing the scorecard, he'd probably be signing a 68 or a 67, and that was just amazing for me to watch as a player. Also, you're on the course and you're thinking that okay. He's basically not making any mistakes, and we don't see much of action happening from his side. But when the scorecard comes in, it's always in the red. We take a look at Manoj S. Manoj currently putting for birdie here on the short par 4 10th. No trouble there for Manoj S. He would move to 10 under par after this birdie on the 10th. There we have a little replay of his putt entering the left door of the hole. Well, happy smiles here for him.
It's up to Thanga now to make sure that he doesn't damage his card too much. He's left himself coming off the fringe. What sort of when you have a lie like this, Rahul? Can the putter wobble or can it sort of twist when it hits the grass because you're not really on the green?
Yes.
Just as we spoke, I think he just let it leak to the right. Sorry, you were saying.
So I think that like it wouldn't really get stuck in the grass. In fact, a lot of the times that the player would elect to use a putter is so that it does not get stuck in the grass. So the putter wouldn't really, but a wedge could easily get stuck in grass which is facing towards the player.
Yes, next group up on tee number 10, looking to see if the ways of the green has been cleared. As you heard Rahul say, this is probably one of the greens that you can get pretty close to. I think you see a driver in Jairaj Singh's hand.
Well, unlike all the other players, Jairaj is hitting a fade over here. So I think he's actually poised up way better in terms of the angle that he is going to be approaching the green from than some of the other players. Especially if a player is not really a high draw player, he can have a tough time hitting this tee shot. Gerard Sandhu trying to cut that one up towards that flag location on the left top of the green. Playing alongside Veer Alawat and Shivendra Singh Sisodia today. Shivendra currently with 4 birdies on the front nine and a total score of 12 under par.
Man on the move today, Rahul. Sisodia has done well. He's picked up 4 shots, not given anything away, and is close to within 3 of Shaurya Bhattacharya, who's currently in second place on 15 under par. And of course, event leader Yuvraj Sandhu, well clear of the field now, 4 up the road.
Sisodia, after many a months now, we are seeing him in the mix over here at the Poona Club. We haven't seen much of him in the past 2 seasons at the top of the leaderboard, but he does have an eccentric ability to be able to climb up there and make tons of birdies. There we've got the green signal.
Looks like he's on the green by the looks of it. Another long hitter here, Veer Alawat. Spent just coming off a year in Europe, beneficiary of the PGTI's agreement with the DP World Tour that rewards the topper of the Order of Merit at the end of every season with a year in Europe. Veer has come back richer for the experience, one is certain.
Oh, Veer is one of those fine players that really can ply his trade on very high levels of golfing, and that's exactly what he's done on the DP World Tour. He played pretty fantastically in his first season, and hopefully there's more of good things to come for him. And, I think he's hoping that that golf ball is on the green, but looking at the length that he can hit and with that driver, would probably be on the other side of it. We'll find out shortly where he's landed himself up. We certainly know Shivendra Singh Sisodia has landed up pretty close to the green. There we have another drone shot of the Poona Golf Club. And some highlights with Om Prakash Chauhan here today donning the fiery orange.
Another beneficiary of the having spent a year in Europe, Rahul, he was there last year, and very interesting. And as we watch him line up a putt, we'll just come back to that in a minute.
OP Chauhan didn't quite have the start that he would have liked today, but a nice putt here on the 11th hole nonetheless, turning up with a 39 on the front half, looking to make some amends on the remaining 8 holes of the day. Has dropped some positions as we speak, but hopefully he can cook up something special as he moves along the way to the rest of the 8 holes remaining.
He said that the first half of the year that he spent in Europe, he spent worrying about making the cuts. Then he said, I stopped worrying about that. He said, I realized I'm not going to learn anything if I keep playing like this. And he just came back to the tour in a much different and a much freer frame of mind. And he says that has really benefited him. Angad Chima now.
Our first look today at Angad Chima with 10 pars on the trot. Chima looking to hold this one here on the 11th. Scintillating view of his stroke being marred by that golf bag over there, but the ball falls in right into the cup.
Tricky spot that was, Rahul. He was sitting right on top of the spine that runs across the green, diagonally across the green. So he had to really sort of judge the pace on that one, as you can see there. Downhill putt all the way. Luckily, it was not too long, so and pretty straightforward. So he will.
I think that would be his first birdie of the day, and really going to show that there is nothing called a commentator's curse. In fact, we've had 10 birdies, 10 pars, and a birdie hopefully here on the 11th hole. So Chima now moves to 7 under through after this. But Varun Parekh here on our screens is the one playing alongside him at 1 under par for the day and 7 under for the tournament. Varun Parekh, also a former winner on the tour, looking to get back in his best form.
Interesting that this group has 2 winners of the Kapil Dev Grant Thornton Invitational playing together. Varun Parekh and most recently Angad Chima, who won it in Bangalore this. So that's an interesting little tidbit for you.
Well, Chima also had back-to-back wins this year,
That's right.
which is something we don't see very often. Gerard Sandhu coming up from the front bunker. That's going to be a long bunker shot to that back flag. Let's see if Gerard can do something special from here with his wedge. It looks pretty good. Would come up a little short, but these long bunker shots, they can be quite treacherous. That's nearly about 25 feet short of the flag. And as I was mentioning earlier, one of the toughest shots, Rahul, on the course are the ones which are long bunker shots, 35 yards and plus. It's so difficult because you've got to catch just little amount of sand and get enough amount of ball also into contact for it to travel the longer distance. And more often than not, you would see, we would misjudge the amount of sand that one is supposed to take and tend to leave ourselves a bit shorter than usual. Shivendra Sisodia now coming up onto the green. He's come up just short, but he's in the rough, although plenty room to work with. We saw another player here on this mound yesterday, but he was short-sided to the flag. Yesterday's flag was on the front part.
Right.
But today, Shivendra is in fine fettle to, in fact, even go for an eagle chip.
And at 12 under, he's certainly having a good day. Shivendra has yet to drop a shot. Has picked up 4 on the front 9. And that's a nice long drive. He was green side in 1. So he has quite a few options available. But it was surprising to see the ball coming out of the bunker and staying short because, like you're saying, it is easy to overcook it. So probably he was trying to be a little on the safe side, a little conservative with that shot. Also, the players with all the practice, they tend to put a fair amount of spin on the ball, so the ball checks as well as it lands on the green. But Shivendra Singh Sisodia, nice little chip there. Nice little chip there.
Sisodia setting himself up for a very realistic birdie opportunity here, Mr. Banerjee. Just about
Very
5 feet away now.
Very nice, very nice. He has kind of just stayed with the shot, and just so it's good to see. So Veer Alawat is up next.
Alawat, I think, has found the putting surface in 1 and should be putting for eagle.
He certainly is one of the longest hitters on the circuit, so not a surprise.
Most of these players can actually hit it over the green on this hole when they hit the right line, but because they have to hit it so high, the ball actually does not travel that far out
Right.
in terms of the distance straight off.
That's going for his eagle putt there.
Fantastic putt here by Veer. We should have a little tap in remaining for his birdie.
Terrific judgment, Rahul. He had to come over a bit of a rise in the middle of the green and still leaving the ball a foot and a half away from the pin. Really good work there. Greens looking like they're playing very true. All of them look really well manicured and seem to have an even pace now. We've been told that green speeds are down to 9 from 10, 10 and a half at the start of the week. Jairaj Sandhu will now want to convert this opportunity. He's just been given a very good read by Veer Alawat, who came up pretty much from the same line behind him.
Well, Gerard certainly needs to make some amends over here. Has turned at 1 over after the front 9. This putt to move back to even par for the day. Sandhu, if I'm not wrong, found some form at Coimbatore and is trying to keep that up. And there we go. Gerard Singh Sandhu moves back to even par after that birdie from that long bunker range on the 10th hole. Moves to 8 under for the tournament.
Smooth work with the putter. It's one thing getting a teach from somebody who's putting from behind you on a similar line, and it's another thing to actually make the conversion, which he did very well indeed. Sisodia now with his.
Well, this putt will get Sisodia to move to 13 under for the tournament, well within the range of the second position as of right now. Shivendra Sisodia is another one of those players. Once he gets onto a birdie streak, he can really cook something. So look for Shivendra to make another birdie over here. His fifth birdie of the day.
Very rightly taking his time. He knows these are critical gains to be made as the day goes on. And just as we watch Sisodia narrowly missing out on what would have been his fifth birdie of the day. And it's time to welcome our co-commentator Rakesh Rao into the box. Rakesh, lots of action already and plenty for you to catch up on.
Thank you so much, Rahul.
That was Veer Alawat with that little tap-in birdie. This was get Veer to move to 1 under par for the day and 8 under for the tournament. As I'm now joined by Mr. Rakesh Rao, who is a fine sports journalist and has worked for the Hindu back in the day and now writes for the Sports Star. I believe.
That's right.
Mr. Rao, enlighten our viewers as to what are they really looking at, the finest gentlemen golfers of this country, professional golfers.
Well, what we saw so far is that Yuvraj has doubled his lead, looking good to add another crown to his impressive list of successes this season. And, well, Shaurya, who was expected to give him a close run, is not quite there. I mean, he's been finding the pars all right, but he needs to shoot a few like birdies to get closer to the leader and make a real match of it.
When it's just another day and you want something special. 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute chicken. Frankie's chicken in minutes. 4 minute, 5 minute, 6 minute chicken. Frankie's chicken in minutes. Frankie's chicken in minutes.
Chicken wings, chicken cutlets, chicken salami, chicken nuggets, chicken tikka, chicken tenders, chicken pops, chicken burger.
Cooks in minutes, gone in seconds.
Come together with Brenkies.
Frankie's chicken in minutes.
मम्मी से नो अंडा इन समर।
क्यों? तू समर में खेलता नहीं क्या? समर में एनर्जी नहीं लगती क्या? ज्यादा लगती है।
अंडा तो हर सीजन में सुपर हिट है।
सुपरस्टार है ये। सर्दी हो या गर्मी, संडे हो या मंडे,
रोज खाओ अंडे।
As we get back to the live action over here, that was Elica, the home appliance company, leading name in kitchen hoods across the globe since 1970. The Elica Group, well known for its innovation, design, and efficiency. Today, the group is chaired by Francesco Casoli and is led by something I'm unable to pronounce, Giuseppe Peruschetti. It's a leading name in design, manufacturing, and sale of motors for central heating boilers in Europe. So, a company which is here for its kitchen appliances and has been around since 1970, the Elica Group. And we're now looking at the 12th hole. The group of Varun Parekh and Om Prakash Chauhan walking up. Anshul Kaptial also has got some amount of pace here on the course. Has moved to 3 under for the day and 7 under for the tournament, trying to just about sneak into the top 10. Currently at a tie for 10th alongside Arjun Prasad, Angad Chima, Varun Parekh. Crowded up here.
You mentioned Anshul, Rahul. Yesterday I think he started with 4 successive bogeys. Today he had bogeys on the second and the third, and thereafter he has picked up 5 shots, including 3 birdies so far on the back 9. He has played just 4 holes there. This is his 5th of the back 9. So he's looking good.
That was Angad Chima chipping it out from the right side on the 12th hole from the rough. He had a little low draw to get back into the fairway. should be there in 2. We'll apprise you shortly as to how many he's there in as we take a look at Varun Parekh and Om Prakash Chauhan. Om Prakash Chauhan now hitting his 3rd shot here on the 12th hole.
You had a mention of Angad Chima. Now his card looks so much like that of Shaurya. A series of pars, and his last hole was a birdie. So
I mean, having said that, our leader Yuvraj Sandhu has now moved to 20 under par, and something that we discussed yesterday, how much would
Yeah.
this tournament be going at? So it's certainly going past 20 under par, as we can see through the front half of this final day. Yuvraj Sandhu already at 20 under par. Shaurya Bhattacharya making birdies on 8th and 9th to stick around at 16 under par. Still 4 shots behind Sandhu. Sandhu now on our screens here on the 10th hole. Our first look at the leader.
it's 4 under for the day on the front 9, and is really looking good. And of course, Shaurya also had a birdie there, so he's kept that 4-shot lead. But talking about being 20 under, Rahul, last year Kshitij won the tournament at 20 under. So, and the record I think stands at 22 under, which was a few years back. So let's hope.
Rakesh, is that the record for the lowest under par total?
No, in the last 5 years, I'm saying the winning score since, I mean, the last decade, if you ask me,
So,
has been minus 22.
So I think Shaurya Bhattacharya would have beaten the record at the Chhattisgarh Open this year. Although records made on preferred lies don't
Preferred
count.
lies
So
don't
like
count.
if
Yeah,
this
I
week
understand. Yeah.
Yuvraj is even to get to
Even if he
25 under
goes
par
beyond,
or
it
beyond,
won't be taken as
it
a
doesn't
record. Yeah, I
count.
completely see that.
Yeah.
True. But the winning score, as we say, as low as 22, like under.
For sure.
For sure, yeah. That was, I think, 2 years ago. But
In fact, Yuvraj Sandhu shot 31 under par this year to win the Mysuru Open
that was some
in
week.
August. Also, let me check some of the other numbers. You might see Shaurya Bhattacharya shot 27 under par, so he's not holding any record, but he shot 27 under par to win the SECL Chhattisgarh Open. We've got Manu Gandas now. Manu, who's been playing a lot of golf on the DP World Tour these past couple of years.
It'll be interesting to see if Sandhu can go past the 22 under mark. So that would be, I think, the lowest winning score on this course. As I said, 22 minus 22 was a winning score for Honey in 2018. So this course has been, I mean, for the champion, the winning score has averaged almost about minus 20 in the last 3 years, last 3 tournaments years, spread over 4 years. So Naveed won, Kshitij won as minus 20 in 24, Veer Ahlawat won at minus 19 in 22, and Abhijit Chadha won at minus 21 in 2021.
There we have it, the leader group. Yuvraj Sandhu walking right in the front, with Shaurya Bhattacharya walking just behind him, and Manu Gandas right there. And interestingly, Jamal Hussain Mola won the Telangana Golconda Masters, which had to be stopped in round number 3 due to rains. In round number 4, the round number 4 was called off. Jamal shot 23 under par in those 3 days. So it's quite something. And of course, Tommy Fleetwood last week at the DP India World Championship shot 22 under par as well to win his first event at the Delhi Golf Club, his first the first DP World India Championship that was held, the inaugural one. What a befitting champion, and
Absolutely.
Tommy Fleetwood.
That was some week because some of the leading names from the continent were there, and there's Shaurya for you.
Young Shaurya Bhattacharya at the age of 22. He won 2 events on the PGT of India, playing his second season on the tour. And there, the aerial view of 11th and the 12th fairways. You could tell the 11th fairway is on the left side of that water hazard, and the 12th one is on the far end of it. And you could tell how tiny these little fairways are, making the water hazard look quite magnanimous. A little bit of smiles from our leaders.
The two front runners in that order.
The game has truly become a game of athletes over the years, Rakesh. I'm sure you have followed golf for the years now, and you must have seen how tremendously changed the sport has become now, especially in the last 10 years, hasn't it?
Totally. And the scores have been getting lower and lower. And of course, the fitness part of it, the awareness, the equipment, and what I've really seen is the kind of drill that these pros go through these days. They're so meticulous that they make a lot of sacrifices. Discipline is at a different level. And there you have Manu Gandas, 29 years of age, uh, playing in the leaders group today. In the third place overnight, now slipped a bit.
Manu, all of 29 years of age, has already
He's been a
led
pro.
the Order of Merit here on
Yeah.
the PGT of India.
Yeah.
And to top it all, has already spent, I think, 2 seasons on the DP World Tour. So plenty of good things happening for this young professional. Leaders seem to have left themselves on the front and right of the green. Seems quite prudent. This smartness of play being exhibited by them, placing themselves in a location where the hole becomes way more approachable. For those of you who are just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 10th hole at the Poona Golf Club. This is the Poona Club Open 2025, the 22nd event of the PGTI's 2025 season. The tournament carries a prize purse of 1 crore rupees, hosted by the Poona Golf Club course. The title sponsors for this week are Vencorp and NECC, as well as Ventiv, SKS Fasteners, Elika, Marvel Realtors, Shubban Investments, DFMC, Automech, and Kinetic, and as well as Novotel Poona Nagar Road, which is the associate partner for this week. Yuvraj Sandhu, our leader, at 20 under par on our screens right now, hitting his second shot on the short par 4, number 10th. So fine flag location today. 27 in from the front, 4 from the left. So there's hardly any room behind the flag, just about 3 yards remaining. So having aggression as well as control both need to be exhibited smartly by the player here. He went with a little bit of an aerial approach and seems to have come up way short of the hole. Fairly misjudged that one, or probably didn't catch it that well. He was looking at the land of the lie, not quite happily. As we take a look at Shaurya Bhattacharya now, coming up from just off the fairway over here. Should try to employ a low running chip and run shot. There we've got Shaurya with his caddy Tony. A caddy for any of the players is an important man. They say a golfer spends more time with his caddy than with his wife. I think the wives are pretty happy with that, though. What a brilliant shot here by Shaurya Bhattacharya, setting himself up within 3 feet for a birdie opportunity to move closer to Yuvraj Sandhu.
That was a great run from just off the green. And of course, Rahul, you'd recall we were doing the commentary for Zion Open, and that's where Shaurya had a great chance of, like winning the event before Kshit just simply changed gears on the last 3 holes to win. And this time again, Shaurya is in the second spot as we speak. And can we expect something special from him in the remaining holes?
I'm pretty sure he's going to try to catch up with Sandhu as best as he can, and I'm pretty sure he's trying to make a run at him. We'll only get to see what kind of shots he hits and what kind of putts he makes. But there is certainly lots of opportunity on this back nine. The 10th, of course, he set himself for a birdie opportunity here. You've got the 11th also can become a birdie hole, provided you put yourself in the short stuff off the tee. You've also got the par 5 12th. If you hit a good drive off the tee, then you're certainly setting yourself up for another birdie opportunity. 14th and 15th also give the players an opportunity. And so there's plenty of opportunities to be seen. And 18th, of course, being a par 5, it could literally lead to a 2-shot swing right there. So plenty of action, I think, remains. And 4 shots going into this back nine can be very, very interesting. Manu Gandas now coming up from the front portion. Seems like Manu lining up on the green, just like his good friend Veera Lawat. Very similar positions.
Yeah, almost the same there. Just
looking to make eagle here is Manu. Long putt, that one, probably nearly, 70, 75 feet. It's a pretty fine putt there. Has gone by the hole by about 3 to 4 feet, but in very good position. And that's something to learn from, right? So even when players have a long putt, they give it a go. They don't try to lag them up. They actually give even a 100-footer a go. And it's just the speed control that they have is at such a high standard that they are very sure what they're going to do for the next one as well. So please try this at home with caution. It's something that each one of you and us can practice. Controlling the speed is a great way to improve your putting. There we've got Yuvraj Sandhu putting from about 30 feet away here on the 10th hole. He's definitely looking at making that one to keep running ahead of the rest of the pack. Yuvraj Sandhu, of course, a fine putter of the golf ball. Will it disappear? I think he's left it a few feet short, but 6 feet short, if my eyes serve me right.
Rahul, I think Shaurya has a good chance for a short birdie here, and Sandhu doesn't look very happy from where he is, like where he has placed this ball here, because he has already almost, messed up that first chip of his, and then this first putt. So still some, he has left himself a fairly, kind of, this kind of a but looking at his form, he should be able to, drain this in. But, anything can happen at this stage.
Absolutely. I think these are what the nerve-wracking, the nerve testers really are, and that is what Yuvraj is bestowed with as of now. And one of the greatest players in the world once said that golf has. There we go. He's distracted by something. Golf has a very surprising ability to convert a 3-footer to feel like a 30-footer.
Yeah. And there's every likelihood of a 2-shot swing here.
I'm not so sure if Yuvraj is going to let things become that interesting, but as we await with bated breath for him to make this par putt. Solid and confident and assertive is what Yuvraj has done over there.
Par here.
He's set his eyes straight, and I think he's given a solid signal to the chasing pack. I am here, and I mean business.
Yeah, that was a firm one, really, because it shows his confidence. But he would have loved to have a birdie at least here, if not an eagle. But that first shot was a miss.
Well, certainly one of those holes over here that, when the players are playing their practice rounds, they would count this as a hole that they want to attack and make a birdie on. Yeah. Certainly a miss, but nonetheless, he's still 4 ahead of the rest of the pack. And no damage here, right? So
yeah, no damage. That's more important, I think.
Manu for his birdie.
Nice and easy.
Nicely done by Manu. He would move to 13 under par now to be at third position on his own, while Shivinder Sisodia would slip off to the fourth position, sticking around at 12 under with those pars that he's made on 10th and 11th. So now you've got Shaurya Bhattacharya putting to move to within 3 shots of Sandhu. There we go. Moving on to the 11th hole now, the par 4 leader group. After 10 holes, 20 under par, Yuvraj Sandhu, Shaurya Bhattacharya 17 under par, and Manu Gandas at 13 under par. What an interesting viewing for the lucky Puneites. What great golf right in the heart of their city. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're around the Poona Golf Club or around in Pune, I implore you all to go up to the Poona Golf Club in Yerwada and have a look at the best professional golfers in the country, showcasing their talent and showcasing some of the finest golf that you're going to witness. And as I now call upon my co-commentator, Mr. Rahul Banerjee, to join Rakesh Rao here in the commentary box. So RB being replaced by another RB.
Thank you, Rahul. Rahul, he's a relieved man. His ward is just closed the gap as he was doing all of yesterday. He kept the pressure on Yuvraj on the runaway leader, but he's not yet given up by any means. He's cut the deficit by 1 there, and with 8-9 holes to go. Yes, but just like Rahul, as Rahul Bajaj was pointing out, imploring the local Puneites to come out and watch some great golf. We do see a couple of senior gentlemen looking on very keenly. I'm sure hoping to pick up a few tips as well from these fine players and maybe gain a few shots on their golf groups. Take the knowledge back that they're seeing in front of them. Thangaraja now with his putt on the 12th hole. Lovely greens, Rakesh. This course has looked a picture. And really, Thanga not really making too much out of that.
Yeah, he didn't read the line well for sure. Just left it far too short. And
Leaving quite a bit to do. He's been in great form. The Sri Lankan plays at the Royal Colombo Golf Club. 3-timer winner this year. I think only bettered by Yuvraj Sandhu, our leader, who has won 4 times. Shamim Khan, vastly experienced, no frills golfer, has over the years accumulated vast amounts of knowledge, understanding. And there we see a pretty good example of that. So how did that ball go to the right? And I was expecting it to go the other way, to the left, I beg your pardon. There's a little smile on his face at that very, very minor misread. Just walks up briskly and taps it in. And
Rahul, if you take a look at the leaderboard, what you'll see is that at least 4 players from the top 6 have shot a 4 under for the day today. So they're looking pretty comfortable in the conditions. And among them, I think there have been just about 3 birdies. Just 3 bogeys against a number of birdies and a lone eagle.
if you actually look at the top 5, Rakesh, that there is only one. Manu is the only one who's actually dropped a shot
on the second. Yeah,
all of the others have kept a clean card so far.
Yeah.
Manoj looking to clean up, but just leaves it a little bit on the high side. Exasperated young man there, playing alongside 2 vastly experienced campaigners in Thanga and Shamim Khan. So it's looking pretty good for Yuvraj Sandhu, but as we saw all of yesterday, he does have Shaurya Bhattacharya nipping away at his heels, and the deficit now is down to 3. 20 under for our event leader at the 1 crore rupee Poona Club Open 2025. Shaurya Bhattacharya in second place by himself on 17 under par. Tangana for his par putt. He would have had his heart in his mouth for a second there, Rakesh. It looked to have missed on the right side, but the ball was traveling just enough pace to drop in from the side door, as they say. I can see a little replay of exactly that. Manoj is not having a very great day. I think he's looking to just make the most of this before moving on to the 13th tee box. Lovely weather today, as it has been for the last few days, and the players making the most. Yesterday we saw more than a few players in shorts, Rakesh. Today
Yeah.
everyone's opted for the trousers. And
Yeah, because yesterday I think the sunshine was much brighter. Today we hardly see that.
very
Post all the rain and all, I think it was much better. But
very pleasant looking mornings, certainly. Second place man there, Shaurya Bhattacharya, center frame with his second shot on the 11th.
will we see a repeat of yesterday, Rahul? From hole number 11 till about 17, we saw Shaurya getting closer and closer to Yuvraj. Well, Yuvraj at least had two missed putts there. At least twice he had it. I mean, it at least appeared that it was in control. So,
Shaurya will certainly be hoping for that, but this was not the best of shots. He's left himself well shot at the bottom edge of the green, and the flag is on the far end. That's kind of he'll have to really make an absolute top-notch conversion from there to keep the pressure on. Yesterday we did see it happen, Rakesh. Manu with his shot now.
well, on the 11th, Shaurya has only found par on the last three rounds here, so he'll be trying to at least save that par.
Manu certainly making a far better job of it than Shaurya did, but Yuvraj has got a slightly more difficult shot unless he's going to fly the trees and get it as close to the pin as possible. And that was just what you would have feared, that ball will flare a bit to the right, which it has. He will have a long, just like Shaurya, he will have a long putt coming down. Shaurya's got a long putt going up the hill. So probably status quo at the end of this hole, but let's see how it pans out. Certainly a very pleasant looking day. Our drone pilot's giving you a good view of just how it's looking like. No breeze to speak of. And tournament director Chari, Sampat Chari in the background in his Panama, in his straw hat, trying to keep the pace up, make sure that things get wound up in good time. And this is your lead group. Yuvraj Sandhu in the purple t-shirt. In the center, Shaurya and Manu on the right, in the green and grayish blue, respectively, all in white hats. So that's not the way to spot your favorite player on this from this group, but just keep an eye on the t-shirts, and you will get to recognize them as we have over the past few years.
Rahul, you spotted Sampath there. Now, Sampath is one person, probably the only Indian in this part of the world to have officiated in more than 900 tournaments. Imagine 900 weeks you are on the course, or I mean, if you just add a few days before the event and the day of travel, so that makes almost 5 to 6 days of a week doing events, and that to 900 plus. That is some number.
He was felicitated earlier in the year by the PGTA on the event that he completed his 900th.
Yeah.
Very correctly pointed out, Rakesh. Yuvraj will probably putt first. He seems to be the furthest from the pin. Got a long downhill putt to cater for, and he'll be quite happy to walk off with a par. So, as things stand, it is birdie putt for our event leader as well as the PGTI's Order of Merit leader, showing the way. Having a very, very good season indeed. Has already won 4 times, including back-to-back titles at the start of the year. And a player who likes to run, set the pace, be a front runner, which is exactly what he is, where he is now, and looking to carry on in that role. Though Shaurya, who has been nipping away at him from yesterday, has trimmed the lead to 3 strokes. It's a long downhill putt, fairly straightforward, but pulling up short. I think the change in green speeds, Rakesh, from the first day to today,
Yeah.
probably also playing a bit of a role, but that was pretty close to
Almost nailed it,
the
yeah.
pin. So cleaning up there.
Sure, yeah, we'll be looking at every opportunity to close in, and also hope that Yuvraj's consistency, it doesn't remain the same, because that's the
Certainly,
only way to make a match of it. Otherwise, Yuvraj is going to walk away with it.
certainly will put his best foot forward here, and if he makes this putt, then the lead is trimmed even further to 2.
Yeah.
So he will want to make every opportunity count. Taking a long look at his required line. And that
He nails
was
it.
a wonderful putt, Rakesh. He came over a little bit of a
Absolutely.
hump.
Yeah.
This young man is not giving up. You can see on the replay, had to cater for a bit of a rise before the ball fell away towards the pin and disappearing from view right in front of you there.
Beautiful.
Great stuff. So the lead now down to 2. Yuvraj Sandhu, our event leader, 20 under par, and this young man on your screens, Shaurya Bhattacharya, has close to within 2. He's on 18 under par for the event. The top 2 absolutely flying along now, bogey free as they go. Manu, of course, was in 3rd place and 5 shots now behind Shaurya, 13 under par. He also has a birdie putt. Manu coming in from a completely different angle from the other 2. When you see a player set off immediately after he putts,
you know that,
Rakesh,
yes.
more
Yeah.
often than not,
Misread the line completely.
He's not really,
He knows where it is headed. Yeah.
not really putted as well as you would have liked. Certainly, that's almost always a dead
Probably a tap
giveaway.
in now. Yeah.
A fair amount of movement further down the order. Yuvraj Singh was motoring along at one point, but one bogey on the 12th has dented him, though he came back immediately with a birdie 2 holes later. Manu there converting without fuss, but he will feel that he has missed out on an opportunity here.
Yeah, Rahul, Shaurya, if you recall, this was on the final day of the Zion Open. It was at the Zion Hills, the Kolar Open. And that is when Shaurya was leading after the 15th hole. He had a 1-shot lead before Kshitij turned things around by having a birdie eagle kind of he signed off with something like this. Can you imagine picking up 4 shots on the final 3 holes of the tournament? You are in the 2nd spot and you leave the leader after 15 holes just stranded there, and you won by 2 shots. So Shaurya knows how it can be done because he has seen somebody else do it to him. Now, can he do it to Yuvraj Sandhu? Remains to be seen.
Teeing off on 12, not too sure where the ball has gone. Looks like it is leaked to the right. Going by his anxious gaze down the fairway. The 12th hole, a par 5. The longest hole on this course, 595 yards. Our event leader and order of merit leader, Yuvraj Sandhu, with his tee shot.
This is a par 5, so both individuals will be looking to pick up a shot here.
It's not the easiest of holes to pick up a shot from, I think, going by what we've seen over the last few days. But certainly, every par 5 is an opportunity for these players, the professionals, the level of golf that they play, to make gains. And Yuvraj Sandhu knows that the heat on him is growing from behind, because just as it was yesterday, it's pretty much following a similar pattern. When it came to the turn, nearing the turn, Yuvraj was well in front, five shots up the road. And now all of a sudden it's 2 shots. Manu Gandas now having just missed out on a birdie opportunity on 11, lining up with the big stick.
It looks like he
Taking his
hooked
hand
it,
off
yeah.
the club immediately. Doesn't look too pleased with that shot. Probably would have sent it off to the right, given the reaction.
Yuvraj Sandhu has a reason to be a little bit concerned because Shaurya has birdied the last 4 holes, 2 each on either side of the turn, and Sandhu has been able to get only 1 par over the last 4, and he's just managed to save par on one of those holes. So a little tough for him, but I'm sure we are in for some entertaining times ahead.
Terrific tee shot there just now, Rakesh, from Jairaj Sandhu, the tall left-hander on the par 3 13th. Is safely on the green. And some more aerial views of the tall, lanky figure of Veer Alawat, lining up his shot, tee shot on the par 3 13th. Just coming back from a year in Europe. Probably taking some time to get acclimatized to home conditions again. Sending it off a little to the right. Not the best of shots. You would have wanted a better result from a par 3. That's when you hope to find the dance floor with your tee shot. Shivan Sisodia, man on a charge early this morning, has sort of cooled off a little bit after the early burst of birdies. Picked up 4 shots by the 7th hole and a string of pars thereafter over the next 5. You'll want to keep the pace up.
This is much straighter than what we saw
a
from
good
Veer.
shot.
Yeah.
Very much on the green.
Yeah, he should be happy with that.
And the pin tucked away well to the right.
I'm a legend underneath, and a tiger off the leash. With my mind made up, my mind made up. Tell me how you like me now. No, you're never gonna get me down. Yeah, your time is up, your time is up. I said do not mess with me now. I'm undefeated, I'm not leaving, I'm up on top, and I don't break under pressure.
Automech. Walking that extra mile.
Back to live action.
We're back with the lead group on your screens. Yuvraj Sandhu waiting for Manu Gandas to play his second on this par 5, long par 5, 595. The board behind says 592 yards. Manu in sole third position on 13 under par. Dropped a shot early in his round, but I steadied the ship thereafter, picking up 2 shots. In fact, the second of his birdies giving him sole position of third place, which till then he had shared with Shivendra Singh Sisodia.
The leading group has already seen 11 holes, and they're on the 12th now. But the positions on the atop the like leaderboard, that remains the same. Sandhu 1, Shaurya 2nd, and Manu 3rd. Just the way they started this day.
Giving that ball an almighty lash. Manu, great tracking there by our camera teams. He's green side in 2, Rakesh, and a chip in here will give him an eagle, which he would want certainly to add to his card for the day. It certainly looks a doable proposition. Yuvraj Sandhu is up next. Our event leader, 20 under par. Yuvraj Sandhu from Chandigarh, 4-time a winner this year already. Kept a clean card today. 11 holes without any blemishes, as is the man immediately behind him, Shaurya Bhattacharya. 18 under par. He has picked up 4 shots, as has Sandhu. So they're back to pretty much status quo. 2 shots was the difference overnight, which is where they are back again. Sandhu not too happy about something there. As a fairway wood in hand, he will want to be on in 2. Certainly has the distance to do that, the long hitter. Gandas was pretty close himself, just to the right of the green. Slightly flatter trajectory than from the previous shot from Gandas, but it looked to have seems to have hooked it a little bit. It's gone, flared a bit to the, pulled a bit to the left. It's now in the bunker, and we will wait for the third member of this group, the man in second place, Shaurya Bhattacharya. Tricky approach shot. There's water on the left. There's a tree in between. It'll be interesting to see which way he goes. Opting for a higher line there, flying the ball at the flag, and pretty much on, just on the edge of the green. It's a great shot. Thanga in your picture now. So he's chipping in from the edge of the green on the 14th hole. It's a par 4. Probably his third. Certainly a makeable, fairly easy makeable putt there.
Thanga has struggled a bit on the back 9. He has already dropped 2 shots over the last 4 holes, and trying to make amends for that now.
Currently in a share of 9th place alongside Arjun Prasad, Angad Chima on 8 under par. Shamim Khan, 4 under, has not had the best of days, and he will certainly want to change his fortunes as things go along. We're heading into the closing stages of the 1 crore rupee Poona Club Open, the second edition of this event, being played at the Poona Club, the heart of Maharashtra's second city. Once again, no fuss, one quick practice swing, and what a result. He wastes no time on the ball, Rakesh. He's just there. He takes half a little practice swing, and bang, he's at the ball. And there you go. You can see the result.
Yeah, that's
Beautiful
the
little
experience,
chip.
of years.
I think
he's
left himself a tap in from that distance.
Yeah.
There you go. Shamim doesn't like wasting time. Manoj S is the third member of this group. Young man playing again alongside two vastly experienced professionals and certainly looking to learn something as he goes along on this final day of the Poona Club Open. Taking his time with the read. He's disappointed himself a couple of times today with the putter. We want to go better than that. Yet again, and not a very long putt, just not making the conversion when it's needed. Overrunning the cup by about 6 to 8 inches. Three-timer winner this year, Thangaraja, with his, what should be his closing putt on this green. Very easy going man. Taps and earns again. Briskly off to the next hole. Manu Gandas now. This is the lead group. We are back with the lead group. Manu with the terrific approach shot that's left him a few yards from the edge of the green, but with an almost straight line for the flag. Not much in the way of, slopes or anything to disturb the line of the ball. If he can keep the ball on line, he has a very good chance of making this an eagle. Opting for a high line, but the ball cutting away at
Left himself a lot there.
the greens are a little more subtle than they seem to the naked eye. There didn't seem to be that much of turn in this one, but the ball broke very sharply from his left to right, and short, like you said, Rakesh.
Still, I think it is like a sort of a shot that he can make from here, a makeable birdie, considering his experience and of course the need of the hour is that now he should start getting these in.
Now here's a
Shaurya.
chance for some real
Shaurya.
pressure to be put on the leader.
Yeah.
Shaurya Bhattacharya now with his eagle. Now he's opted, I think, for the putter. No, he's also using a wedge, just the fringe. With Yuvraj in the sandbox, this is a chance to close in even further for Shaurya. Once again, I think
He's leaving it short on this hole somehow.
The slope,
Yeah.
the subtle slope, I think, just tricking him a little bit. Ball, as we saw from Manu's line as well, the ball just sort of easing away to the right as it neared the pin. Yuvraj Sandhu now. Not the best of lies. He's slightly downward slope by the looks of it. Good. Interesting to see what he makes out of this opportunity.
That's again, everybody is almost equidistant there from the flag. And at this stage, I welcome back Rahul Bajaj so that he can describe what his student Shaurya Bhattacharya has to offer up next. Welcome back.
Thank you, Rakesh. I'm back on commentary duties and not coaching ones, I'm guessing, as of now. So I will reserve my commentary for the one that I will reserve for Shaurya. But certainly,
I hope it's not going to be what Amul Mazumdar did to his team the night before after they lost to England, because if I'm not mistaken, after the match got over, the terrific match which India beat Australia for the first time in God knows, after I think 7 or 8 years in the World Cup. at the captain Harmanpreet Kaur let reveal that he had been pretty tough to them, and he had given them the wagging finger. So I think Rahul Bajaj will reserve the wagging finger for later. For
Well,
now, he's a commentator. He has the commentator's hat on, and as we watch Manu Gandas line up his birdie putt.
well, it's nice to see at least that we are now within 2 shots. Shaurya Bhattacharya is within 2 shots of Sandhu, and certainly has left still himself for himself an uphill task over here. No pun intended. And Manu, of course, is going to look at a left-right putt over here
So-
for a birdie.
On that, by that token, Rahul, would you say things are going downhill for Manu?
No, not at all. Not at all. Absolutely. He's also got.
But this putt
and-
looks a little bit like a slightly downhill putt there. So the reference was only to that and nothing else.
I certainly think that even Manu is putting uphill. In fact, he's got an uphill left-right putt over here to this flag location. Flag today on the top left of the green. In fact, that's the reason that Yuvraj's shot became all the more difficult, right? Coming down into this whole location from the left side, so on the low side of the flag stick with almost no room to stop the ball from. And that's the reason that he had to still, I think, a pretty terrific shot, giving himself an uphill putt also for a birdie. And he's going to look at a right-left mover on this flag location. 29 in from the front and 3 from the left. So just 3 yards is what Yuvraj had to stop his golf ball from that bunker shot. So, that was just a case of extra amount of acrobatics to be applied into that club face to employ huge amounts of spin. Touch of spin surely wouldn't have cut it out over there. Now let's take a look at what Yuvraj does from this birdie opportunity on this par 5 to move to 21 under par. Can he separate himself from the rest of the field? As we are now in pretty much the business end of things. Just 7 holes to go, and this being the 12th. The next par 5 that comes in is straight away on the 18th. And there Yuvraj Sandhu moves to 21 under par with that putt.
He will feel very pleased with that, Rahul. Like you pointed out, the pin was so close to the edge of the green there from coming from where he was, and on a slightly downhill lie in the bunker.
That certainly leaves Shaurya Bhattacharya to make this putt, because if he wants to stay within 2 shots of Sandhu and keep having that realistic shot at the title, this is going to be an important putt for him. Certainly coming down to a bit of a putting fest on this hole, isn't it? That close-up look into that putter certainly brings out the coach inside of me. And for good reason. Brilliant stroke here by Shaurya, and nails that one in. Stays within 2 shots of Sandhu to move into the 13th hole. A nearly 200-yard par 3.
That was an important putt, Rahul, no doubt, because given the stakes and then just making sure that the lead stayed just down to 2 was critical. And this is one of the penalty groups further up the road. Angat Chima converting there very neatly. He's on a bit of a charge now.
And those are being some of the highlights. Chima has now made birdies on 13, 14 and 15 as we speak to move to a tie for 8th position and 9 under par alongside Veer Alawat. Chima only trying to make some sort of headway, and let's see if he can carry on this streak and make it 3 more in a row as he moves into 16, 17 and 18 holes. That's Jairaj Sandhu, a left-handed golfer. Currently at a tie for 6th position, 2 under par, 10 under for the tournament. Fine effort there. That's Yuvraj Sandhu. That being his par putt on the 10th hole a little while earlier. Lots of people out here at the Poona Golf Club looking at some of the finest talents of the country, Manoj S. That was 13th hole, 209 yards to this green. Today's spin location on the 13th is 11 in and 4 from the right. Players would look at being about 15 feet left of the hole to have a good shot at a birdie over here. And Yuvraj Sandhu seems to have miscued that one. Low side miss and short of the green. That'll be tough up and down from that position for Sandhu.
It's not the
Eh,
first player to go there, Rahul. In the preceding two groups as well, we saw the same thing happen. But maybe is it because they're trying to cut the ball into the green? I mean, go from the left to right, that amount of movement.
I don't think that would lead to such, but certainly a weak shot is number one that would happen, and
Right.
also going straight at the flagstick also. And I see the tournament director Sampath Chari there on the tee box. I think he's got the players to move up a bit quicker.
But he's been behind them for the last three holes. So I think he's looking at the clock as much as progress. And Shaurya will certainly look to stay left of the flag.
Let's see if Bhattacharya has placed himself well. Yes, right in the heart of the green. Bhattacharya with a birdie putt, although a long way away, nearly 60 feet away from the flag, but nonetheless, a putter in hand. We look at Manu Gandas now. Manu currently at 13 under par, so seems like a two-man race right now between Sandhu and Bhattacharya with 21 and 19 under par, and the nearest competitor after that being Manu Gandas at 13 under.
And in a way, strange way, following the pattern of the second nine of yesterday, Rahul. This was when Bhattacharya sort of round picked up pace, and he kept mounting the pressure on Yuvraj at the top of the order. So let's see how it plays out from here. But it's certainly interesting. Yuvraj Sandhu on the right of the green, Shaurya Bhattacharya on it, and Thanga in the woods.
Well, Tanga seems to have found himself in the rough over here. He's playing the 15th hole right now and has done brilliantly from that place. What a lovely shot. He's found himself on the dance floor in two here on the hole number 15. That's a pretty tough spot to be in. Left side, right behind that tree. Leaves usually the player with nearly no shot to play. Little low draw from N. Thangaraja, setting himself up for a birdie opportunity. 25 feet away, but a putter in hand. Thangaraja, of course, knows very well how to use that club. Multiple winner on the tour. Currently 8 under par for the tournament on the 10th spot alongside Arjun Prasad. Prasad, who is 4 under for the day, had a bit of a hiccupy round yesterday with a 74, but making amends back here. Arjun Prasad also has had quite the season on the PGTI this year so far, with multiple top 5 finishes, and went on to win the tournament at Coimbatore just a couple of weeks ago. A great story with trying to keep knocking on the door almost a season and a half.
Fairly handsome margin it was too. After coming so close, he was involved in 2 playoffs, if I'm not mistaken, this year, and a host of top fives, good number of top 10. So he was certainly the man in form.
Yes,
Arjun, and
he did make commentary quite boring though, because he was all by himself right on top.
Fortunately, that's not happening this time. There's a lot more needle in this event, in the closing 5-6 holes of the Poona Club Open. Shaurya Bhattacharya 2 behind the leader and keeping the heat up on Yuvraj Sandhu.
Yes, definitely a round filled up with drama, and both your top competitors, Sandhu and Bhattacharya, both currently going on a bogey-free spree. And hopefully that continues and keeps giving our viewers that extra masaledar action that one finds here on the PGT of India. Talking about masaledar, I think Thangaraja has left himself with a bit of a masaledar comeback with
Hot
a
putt.
6-footer now coming back to the hole.
It was certainly a hot putt. It came down
So,
at some speed. Yes, certainly Bhattacharya has been keeping the heat on, keeping the pressure on Sandhu. As Yuvraj has picked up 5 shots just as Bhattacharya has. So it's status quo as far as the positions are concerned and the gap. But he has not been able to break away. This is not what he would have wanted, I'm sure, Yuvraj Sandhu. Though they're pretty good friends, apparently, going by what he said yesterday after his round, that they've toured a lot together. They've shared rooms in the past. Yuvraj Sandhu and Shaurya Bhattacharya, they get along very well. But he would have wanted a little more space, I think, in this on this final day, which Bhattacharya has not allowed him to do. He's not really let the leader get away. So it's working very well, nice, working things up nicely towards a grandstand finish at the Poona Club Open.
15th hole from the back of the green. Manoj S with that birdie attempt gave it a good go. We'll have the 3-footer there to make a par. And talking about one of our sponsors from this week, Marvel Realtors. They're dream weavers, they're architects of aspiration and builders of tomorrow. They've been in the Pune's real estate market for over 2 decades with an expertise which is unparalleled throughout, consistently delivering cutting edge lifestyle solutions in premium commercial spaces. Marvel Realtors, ladies and gentlemen, one of the sponsors for this week. As we take a look at the former Order of Merit champion, Shamim Khan. There we go, Shamim Khan rolling one in from about 15 feet away.
You just have to love this band's complete, like you said earlier, very nice and nonchalant way he plays his golf. And there's absolutely no complication, no fuss. Just lines his putt up and bang, there you go.
And pretty much everything that Shamim does on the course, the way he would hit the driver off the tee, it's really got no drama, like you said. He's just takes it back and whips it back through and keeps it quite easy. Nothing fancy from him would be found.
Currently in the top 15, but with 2 early setbacks that he had, Shami would want to make a few more gains as he goes along towards the end of this event. Manu leaving his putt just a little short, couple of inches, whacked it in one-handed polo style with his putter. And Yuvraj now with his birdie putt. But this will be a par putt for him. The 13th, of course, is a par 3. Coming out of the bunker. The second. Once again, it's a pretty dead center. It should be a par because he was out of the bunker in 2, but that his first. It may well have dropped a shot here. We'll wait for an update on the screen as well. Shaurya Bhattacharya cleaning up here.
Well, Bhattacharya saves a par over here on
He's
the par 3
definitely had a
13th.
par, yes.
And we will apprise you what Sandhu has made on this hole. But certainly interesting times here on this back nine of the Poona Club Open, filled up with a lot of drama as we move through the remaining few holes that are left. And a big thank you to all of our sponsors here on the PGT of India. As we can tell, Victorious Choice right in the background of Varun Parekh over there, the joy of golfing. Victorious Choice is an entity inspired by the philosophy of Choice International Limited that has risen to become a unicorn in the financial sector with its unique and innovative approach of the joy of earning. And you see the angle over here, they bring here the joy of golfing. IndusInd Bank, Amrutanjan Electro Plus, Amul, Campa, Rolex, to name some of the sponsors of the PGT of India. Rolex, of course, Rolex and golf's relationship dates back to 1967.
If I'm not mistaken, Rahul, they're also the PGTI's longest continuous sponsors.
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken, yes.
In
They've
fact,
been associated with the PGTI for a very, very long time.
Yes, Rolex and the PGT's association dates back quite a while ago. It's associated with some of the most important and prominent bodies of governing golf, with professional tours, competitions, and as well as some of the amateur tours and national bodies of the world. Rolex has been a partner to them. On hole number 14.
Well, we can confirm that Yuvraj Sandhu did save par on the 13th. So, status quo once again at the top of the leaderboard, 21 under for the event leader and PGT Order of Merit leader. And this man on your screen now, Shaurya Bhattacharya, is the one who's closest to Sandhu.
It's certainly a brilliant up and down there by Sandhu to short siding himself on the 209-yard par 3. Made a stellar up and down. And confident knock on that putt as we take a look at Shaurya Bhattacharya going with a driver of this 14 tee box, trying to see if he can fire one up right onto the green. And I think that ball's found the bunker on the left side and the bottom of the green. Pin today on the 14th hole is 16 in and 4 from the right, so should have plenty room to work with over here.
There seems to be a fairly good number of people walking along with the lead group, and then we've seen the number grow steadily. The group of seniors in the background have been with them right from the start, and they're being joined by a growing number of supporters, fans, and followers. So good to see. And like Rahul Bajaj said to Pune Heights a little while ago, it's right next to you, all of the action. So please come out, watch some great golf, pick up some tips from these fine young players that you can put to use in your events and competitions and one-on-one side bets, I'm sure, which everybody plays, and surprise your friends with something different, something new.
And all with the weather conditions over here, it makes for a great setting, doesn't it? Have a superb afternoon watching some of the best golfers in the country, these young guns who are vying and showcasing their talent to all of you. And to top it all, you can enjoy some of the facilities at the club while you're at it.
Certainly wonderful weather today, Rahul. It's been very, very pleasant. Just a very, very light breeze and no sun at all. So amenable conditions. Angad Chima, unmistakable figure there.
As I look at Angad Chima's putt over here, she seems to have hit it by. I'm reminded of Shubban Investments. Shubban Investments being one of the sponsors for this week's tournament, the Poona Golf Club Open 2025. Is built for quiet strength, very much like Shamim Khan. Is Shubban Investments exists for individuals who value grace, depth, and calm in their financial journey. And a lot of our professional golfers would live by the statement "built for quiet strength," wouldn't they, Rahul?
Absolutely. Well, Shamim certainly is an exemplar of that, as is Angad Chima. Doesn't talk a lot. Just goes about, both of them go about the business very briskly. No wasting time, but secure in what they do, which is what our event sponsors. Catch line, built for quiet strength. I like that. It's very evocative. Says a lot in a very few words. And for somebody whose basic life has been built around purveying the written word, it does appeal, certainly.
Varun Parekh here trying to concentrate on his putt.
I think the way Angad's putt rolled has sort of thrown Varun a bit. He's backed off twice.
Parekh there lipping that one out off the hole.
You could see he was a little uncertain.
So I think the forward and the backward movement of his legs was really telling us that. Moved into the putt, moved back, found something that disturbed him. So I guess getting clued into that putt was a bit of a challenge for him. That's Shaurya Bhattacharya, a man trailing by 2 shots over Sandhu coming up from that left bunker. Let's see if Shaurya Bhattacharya can do something special from here. Built for quiet strength really goes for professional golfers, doesn't it? What a golf shot here by Bhattacharya, giving himself nearly just 4 or 5 feet for a birdie opportunity on the 14. Can he close in the gap further onto Sandhu?
Very, very well judged, Rahul. This was great. He really held nothing back. I mean, he just knew he had, of course, the luxury of the entire length of the green, the depth of the green to go with. But certainly holding nothing back there, knowing he has to keep the pressure up, which he has done quite beautifully. Manu Ganda is now coming out of the sandbox. Also opting for a high flyer, but
I think Manu's come up a little bit short of the hole over here.
definitely not the same result, Rahul.
Certainly, we can't really quite spot his golf ball, but Yuvraj is in a fine place over here, just on the right side of the fairway, with a good look at the flag. Flag is about 16 in, so he's still got room to work with. Well, it seems like he's gone with a slightly aggressive approach over here and has overshot the green. He will be chipping for birdie from off the green or using the putter, depending on what kind of choice he makes. But it seems like the ball came out of the rough as a little bit of a flyer with no spin, as would be expected. We shall see what happens over here. And talking about quiet strength and Shubhan investments, at Shubhan we focus on understanding what truly matters, building enduring associations that reflect purpose, legacy, and stature. Isn't that pretty much what even professional golfers and professional athletes are trying to do, right? They're trying to reflect purpose, legacy, and stature rooted in attention, care, and lasting relationships over time. Every experience at Shubhan is shaped with respect, patience for your time, and thoughtful intent, creating a space where decisions reflect your values, lifestyle, and long term vision without haste or pressure. Mind you,
Certainly, Manu has put himself under a lot of pressure. I think he bladed that ball out of the bunker, and that's why we couldn't see where the ball went. It just, I think he flew the green and off onto the rough on the other side. So certainly the pressure is on him now to his keep his challenge alive and going.
what a brilliant recovery shot here from Manu Gandas, leaving himself just about 4 feet. You can tell from all the claps from the viewers around. What a brilliant attempt shot that was. It's Sampat Chari there, keeping an eye on all the players, the tournament director, and special mention out to Rohan Dole Patil, the local lad here from the Poona Club, closing with an eagle on the 18th hole to finish his tournament at 6 under par with a 4 under par in his final round. So, local lad Rohan Dole Patil finishing at a tie for 13th position. That's 6 under. Stellar finish. Must have given his local compatriots and friends and fans a lot to cheer for as we look back now at Yuvraj Sandhu putting for birdie from off the green. What an attempt here by Yuvraj. Will have to settle for a par. And that opens the door for Shaurya Bhattacharya to close in one more shot onto Sandhu, making things a lot more dramatized as we move in.
Really becoming interesting. Now it's entirely on young Bhattacharya to, sort of take that one step further, closer towards Yuvraj's Sandhu's score, and trim the lead even further down. It's been more or less 2 for much of the day. It started off being 4, but Bhattacharya fought back beautifully to bring it back to status quo as it was overnight. And here's his wonderful chance to get even closer.
Putt that will move him to 20 under par within one shot. And yes, he does. Shaurya Bhattacharya moves to 20 under par. Sandhu still leads at 21 under par. Very interesting last few holes coming up. Incidentally, Yuvraj Sandhu, Shaurya Bhattacharya, Shivendra Singh Sisodia make up for the top 3 as of right now. And all 3 players are playing to bogey-free rounds today. What a treat. That was Sandhu cleaning up to stick around at 21 under par for the tournament. So, quick mention here to some of the notable rounds which have happened today. Right after Manu Ganda's finishes on this putt, Manu putting for par. What a fine par this would be after that bladed shot from the bunker. If I may, a quick takeaway from Manu's play on this hole over here. He's also made a four, which is a par on this par four. But a lot of times our viewers would think that the players are only always hitting good shots, but lots of players don't get their due for the recovery shots that they hit. So Manu Gandas blading that shot from the fairway bunker and then going on to make that up and down from over the green with literally no space for him to stop the ball. That is just absolutely commendable recovery. In fact, if my memory serves me right, I might be wrong with the year, but around 2006 or 2008, when Tiger Woods finished number one in the world, he was number one in scrambling numbers, which is his ability to save pars when he was in tough situations. And we don't really give the players credit for that. We generally tend to look at number one putter or the number one long driver, but we don't really give the players credit for this one. And I think the ability to save your shots when you're in trouble goes a really long way to be a top athlete in this sport.
No doubt about that, Rahul. It's how you respond to really tough situations and keep your wits about you, as we saw Manu Gandas do so beautifully. I mean, that was not a pretty live at all from where he was coming onto the green, and he just put it to within a few feet from well off the green. Tremendous. I think encapsulates exactly what you're talking about on your screens now, Thangaraja.
Nada Raja Thangaraja. I just recently came to know that his first name is Nada Raja. I always called him N Thangaraja all through these years that I've known him. But now I've come to know that he's got two Rajas in one name and just coming up short of that birdie.
He will not be a happy man with that one.
He's a dual Raja.
Raja. Oh man, that was he should have got that.
है खेलता है झूलता उछलता है दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया
I'm sorry sir, my mistake.
पर हम भी जिद्दी है मुश्किल खड़ी है खोले सीना सामने एक चट्टान है मेरी जिद का बोले पसीना चट्टानों के अंदर आसमान है जिद क्या बावाली जिद क्या बावाली जिद क्या बावाली जिद
2 decades of creating history, 50 iconic projects, 450 buildings, 9,000 families strong at Pune's most prestigious prime addresses: Kharadi, Viman Nagar, Koregaon Park, Boat Club Road. Experience the pinnacle of luxury with Marvel Realtors.
Obviously, because people anxiously looking for a ball, we're yet to see whose ball has gone astray. I think Varun Parik was on the picture for a while. And
well, as you all viewers were looking at the advertisement, the commercial in the middle, that's Shamim Khan on our screens. As you were looking at the commercial, we in the commentary box were actually talking about the superb up and downs that Sandhu just made on hole number 12 from that bunker from a downhill lie, another low side miss, and made an up and down there. And then on the 13th hole, the par 3, where he made that up and down from short and right of the green. What brilliant ups and downs. Just as when we were talking about scrambling, right? At the end of the day, the game is made up of all the facets. So there's going to be drives, there's going to be good putts, good up and downs, good greens hit, etc., etc. But the up and downs that you make in these situations also counts and goes a long way. Angad Chima now coming up on this hole over here from the fairway, and we have Om Prakash Chauhan on the right side of the fairway. Players, this is the 17th hole, one of the most challenging par fours on this course. The first is one, the third is another, the 17th is another one. Literally makes you stop your breath for a couple of minutes, especially when you're hitting that tee shot, hoping it lands up in the fairway. A little bit right of the fairway tends to still give the players an opportunity to look at the green, but player, if you missed it on the left, you'd be counting as you're walking.
Rahul, sorry to interrupt. I think that's exactly what's happened with Varun Parekh, because we just saw him disappearing on the right of the screen, which is to the left of the fairway. He was walking backwards, so probably the hunt for his ball is still continuing. He seemed to have hooked his drive and into the trees, and consequently either hit a spectator or hit the tree, and his ball has bounced off. So his playing partner is still waiting. I think they will go ahead and play while Parekh continues his search for the ball. That your two leaders, numbers 1 and 2 on the leaderboard, now the lead down to just one. Yuvraj Sandhu in purple and Shaurya Bhattacharya in the pale green. Very purposeful looking walk from the two of them. Yuvraj said after his round yesterday that they've played together for a long time. They've shared rooms, they're good friends, and there have obviously a good amount of chat going on between the two of them.
Well, it's all battlefield now, and so the friendly banter and the chatter, of course, would now be switching to more serious conversations as the closing end of the day comes in. But
I think
having a bit of fun out there. Factoid: Alan Shepard, the first man to golf on the moon.
This is a very interesting story. He apparently smuggled his. He got a friend to break that club down before he went onto the Apollo, so he could smuggle it into the, because he was not allowed, and he reassembled it on the moon and hit a shot. Yeah, so
Like one can trust a journalist to have all these illegal stories, isn't it?
That's what happened. I don't know whether it's legal or illegal, but that's exactly what happened. It was a 7-iron, if I'm not mistaken, and he got a friend to cut it down and sort of he could fit it back together, and smuggled the broken down iron and a golf ball. I said, I have to do it. He's probably the highest ever hitter in human history.
That seems like Bhattacharya in the rough over here.
Oh my!
Has found himself in the rough, but it looks like he can hit a little low chip and run this one up onto the green. Pretty similar position to where N. Thangaraja was. I think Thanga was just before the tree, and
right.
But I think Shaurya's got a little more room and a little more openness to look at the flagstick than Thanga had.
As long as he has a line of sight onto the flag, it's fine. Not really, doesn't need to worry. But I hope he's not snooked himself with that tree.
Well, Sandhu now counting and checking where does he want to play this shot, because Sandhu also needs to do something special now. One shot is pretty much nothing going in these last 4 holes. Sandhu's placed himself well right in the fairway. And their third playing partner,
right.
That's Manu Gandas. He's found himself right behind the NECC board over there, the National Egg Cooperation Committee.
I like that, the National Egg Coordination Committee. What do they coordinate? Timing of laying of eggs or what? It's nice. No, it's a very interesting name. I mean, there's a certain amount of coordination in the whole business of poultry as well. So, it's something to wonder about. But at the moment, back to what's happening in front of us. Shaurya Bhattacharya has not just the tree, he even has the hanging roots of the banyan in his sight line. So this is just what Rahul Bajaj was talking about. Your ability to fight your way out of difficult situations, to find the most optimum lines to get back to where you need to be. And this is a fine test for this young man. He has so far been one who's been putting the pressure on Yuvraj Sandhu, the event leader. And now he will want to make the best out of this. tricky situation.
This is going to be a tough shot here for Shaurya coming in from that left rough. It's his second shot onto this par 4. He'll be looking at chipping and running this one up. Has he done a good job of that or not? It looks like he's played it pretty fantabulously. And yes, very much setting himself for yet another birdie opportunity here on the 15th hole, just inside of 15 feet.
What a huge boost it would be for his morale as well. I mean, out of that lie and the trees and the roots and everything in front of him, to still put the ball into the most birdie making position. Yuvraj Sandhu must be wondering, what do I do to get this chaser off my back? All he can do is keep putting in the birdies, and all Shaurya Bhattacharya can do is keep pouring in the birdies as well, which is what they've done very well all through the day.
Talking about roots, I'm also seeing there's another sponsor that we have here for this week is Kinetic Luna, a product that was in the 80s, was sold in crores. If you remember the erstwhile Luna. There we've got Sandhu now with that brilliant shot, leaving it dead with the flag. And an appreciation from Bhattacharya. Great sportsman spirit here by the two gents.
Response of a champion there, Rahul, right there in front of you. Terrific judgment. I mean, the judgment of distance was perfect. You often hear our fellow commentators talk about having the ball dancing around the flag, and this is pretty much the best example of that you can actually see right in front of you live from the PGTI, the Poona Club Open 2025.
It's Manu Gandas on our screens now, the DP World player, former Order of Merit winner here on the PGTI, coming up from off the green for his third shot. He had found himself in the rough on the right side of the fairway here on the 15th. Needs to make this up and down to save par. Well, Manu has left himself a bit of an uphill putt over here, but nearly 18 feet away for a par. And, talking about Order of Merit champions, I must apprise our viewers that the tour, the PGT of India, is one of the finest professional tours across the world. There we've got Yuvraj Sandhu, who's just cleaned up, also another Order of Merit winner in the past. This being the 22nd event of the PGTI 2025 season, the Poona Club Open. The PGTI from here moves to Chandigarh for the Trident Open 2025, another prize purse of 1 crore rupees. We've got the Indian Oil Servo Masters thereafter at Digboy Golf Links in Assam, also for a prize purse of 1 crore rupees. It's the Indian Oil Servo Masters, one of the longest standing events on the PGTI's calendar. We've also got the PGTI Players Championship presented by Victorious Choice for a prize purse of 1 crore to be played at Rambagh Golf Club, Jaipur from the 30th of November. Also got the Vishwa Samudra Open thereafter with the defending champion Ajitesh Sandhu for prize purse of 2 crores at the Delhi Golf Club, right in the heart of Delhi. Take a look at Manu Gandas there on our screens.
Looking to save his par, Manu.
Manu looking to stick around at 12 par, and unfortunately he would drop off to 11 under after the Vishwa Samudra Open at the Delhi Golf Club in the first week of December. The players moved to play the Sidco Open at the new Kharghar Valley Golf Course in Mumbai from the 14th of December, and the Tata Open thereafter to end the 2025 season for a prize purse of 2 crores happens at Golmuri and Beldi Golf Clubs in Jamshedpur, Tata Nagar, from the 25th of December. So plenty of action still remains. So all of you who are hungry to watch more and more of such great golf, please stick around with us. We've got plenty of action all the way into December.
Shaurya would have got something of a read from Manu's putt from behind him, similar line. And he knows. Again, he's yet again in a must-make putt.
Absolutely. This is really turning out to be a tight race over here. Bhattacharya needs to make this one to stay within one of Yuvraj Sandhu. This is going to be a tester, and unfortunately, he has missed it on the low side of the hole.
Almost identical to Manu's, but the ball broke low at the very last minute. So that gives Sandhu some breathing space. The lead back to 2 shots, and Thanga yet again battling his way out of trouble.
It was that
from the woods.
was that Thangaraja from yesterday or was it Thangaraja from today? Because it seems like he's in the exact same spot as yesterday.
It's a replay 24 hours later. Pretty much the same spot yesterday.
Well, it talks about the consistency of these golfers, doesn't it?
Yes, most certainly. And on that note, with the event heading into its final 3 holes, I will hand over to our co-commentator Rakesh Rao to walk you through to the end of the event with Rajaj.
Thank you, Rahul.
We've got Shamim Khan playing from the right side of this tree, trying to hook it back towards the green. 17th hole, like we mentioned earlier, one of the toughest driving holes around here on this golf course. Pin is today 19 in and 3 from the left, which gives both Shamim as well as Thangaraja enough room to maneuver the golf ball close to the flag. We have Manoj S, the youngster, now coming up from the fairway. Manoj S has a pretty good look over here at the flagstick from the place he's at, but the pin's only 3 from the left, which makes it a pretty tight pin location for the players to attack. And Manoj S doing a pretty fine job of that, but he would come up way short. He would have nearly 30 to 35 feet for a birdie over here. On the 17th, both Yuvraj Sandhu and Shaurya Bhattacharya today playing to 6 under par. Pretty much birdie fest over here in this leader group. Shivendra Singh Sisodia at 3rd position, currently at 5 under for the day and 13 under for the tournament. The notable mention to Yuvraj Singh from Kapurthala, 5 under par for the day so far, playing on the 18th hole currently and at a total of 11 under par, looking for his first top 5 finish of the season. Veer Lawat has also moved up to 11 under with 4 under on the scorecard today and 3 under for Jairaj Sandhu, also to be tied alongside them at 4th position, along with Manu Gandas, who is currently at 11 under with 2 drop shots on 13th and 15th. I'm sure Manu will get a few back as the round closes in. On the 16th now, we have Shaurya Bhattacharya teeing off the par 3 with 2 trees hanging right on the edge of the green. The players have to hit a very smart shot on this par 3. 8 in and 4 from the right today. The tree is out there for the catching. The players have to really float this golf ball in the air so that the tree's branches don't catch it while it's descent. And he seems to be pretty okay with that, but I see no claps, no cheers, so we'll wait to find out where that golf ball is landed up. Now we take a look at Manu Gandas. The 16th hole, although not very long hole over here, but because of those overhanging branches from the tree on the left as well as on the right, the descent of the ball tends to catch some of those leaves, and that can dampen the golf ball and not have enough carry towards the green. So the players would have to employ good amount of height on the ball so that it drops straight down onto the green with miss and not hitting any of those branches. Great shot here by Manu Gandas. And we could see another golf ball there. I assume that is Shaurya Bhattacharya's ball, and that should also be within 20 feet. So both shots very much within makeable birdie opportunity. We take a look at N. Thangaraja from Sri Lanka coming up from short of the green. Brilliant shot here by Thangaraja, setting himself up for a par opportunity just under 6 feet. back to the live action over here. We have that leader group of ours with Yuvraj Sandhu, Shaurya Bhattacharya, and Manu Gandas now moving up onto the par 3 16th hole. This hole plays to about 200 odd yards, and Shaurya has left himself on the short side. Seems like he's ended up catching those branches, as I was talking about earlier. Would have a tough up and down from there. And Yuvraj Sandhu has found himself on the putting surface. He's played a prudent approach to play it on the left side and has actually kept the trees out of play for himself. 2 shots ahead currently and only 3 holes to play. Interesting times here.
Shaurya will have to make things happen here. He just can't wait for Sandhu to flounder or falter at any point. But
well, Sandhu being the experienced campaigner that he is, I think it's Shaurya who has to currently catch up, and he's just been playing the catch-up game with him since yesterday, in fact. A full cat and mouse story going on pretty much.
Shaurya with 6 birdies in the space of 7 holes really made a mark, and then of course he followed it up with a par, while Sandhu, he helped himself to a birdie to open a 2-shot lead all over again. And this was exactly how they started this morning.
This is going to be an important up and down for Shaurya to make. He's coming up from nearly about 20 yards short of the green. Let's see if he can make this up and down. His second shot on the par 3's, 16th. As he got enough on that ball, and he's left it short of the hole. So it's pretty much going to be left to the flat stick to figure out a way to make that par now. He's got nearly about 8 feet remaining for himself. The ball is going to break a little bit from the left to the right. So let's see if he can keep himself in the game. So you never know what's going to happen on the 17th and the 18th. The 16th, of course, being that tough par 3. But Sandhu is on the green. So doesn't look like many interesting things could happen over here.
Yeah. Just skills apart, I think now we have reached a point where both aspirants will be, they'll try to keep their nerves in check. Shaurya will try not overdo anything, while Sandhu will have to keep his calm. 2 shots ahead with 3 to play. He has every reason to feel a little more sure of himself than he did a hole before this.
Well, I think it's an excellent showing by both Sandhu as well as Bhattacharya, and great golfing being showcased over here at the Poona Club. We'll take a look now at Manu Gandas. Manu putting for birdie over here from past the hole. Another prudent approach shot that Manu has hit over here, playing it past the hole rather than playing straight at it for the number, setting himself up for a realistic birdie. Brilliant attempt here for Manu, but Manu would stick around at 11 under par after the 16th.
Focus will now be on the leader.
Sandhu to take his lead to 23 under par and 3 shots ahead of Shaurya Bhattacharya. That's the putt to do that. Very meticulous about the way he goes about his business, and has a superb flair for the game. Yuvraj, a very confident putter. The flat stick, he really gives it a lot of assertive hits. Yuvraj Sandhu with an aggressive putt over there, but left with just about 2 to 2.5 feet for a par here on the 16th. As it's now Shaurya Bhattacharya putting from about 8 feet away to stay in the game. But only 2 holes remaining after this one, and only 2 shots to be caught up with. So lots of work to be done over the next couple of holes. Can Bhattacharya keep himself in the game with this putt? Well, just like a couple of other putts that we've seen Rakesh some time back,
This is very
I think this
crucial,
is an
yeah.
important putt here.
Very, very important. It could decide the title right here.
And yes,
Yes.
Shaurya Bhattacharya sticks around at 20 under par within 2 shots of Sandhu as the players move into the 17th hole. What a superb up and down here by Bhattacharya on the 16th to save a par. And, again brings me back to that same point that we made some while ago about the up and downs and the scrambling that the players must make if they want to really contend for titles.
Absolutely, and of course, this saved him because had he moved 3 shots away from the leader, assuming that Sandhu is going to like drain this in, and 3 shots with two to play, it would have almost got decided here. But yeah, with two to play, 2 shots apart, the top two contenders. So a lot of action still left.
Sandhu cleans up confidently here as the leader group now moves into the 17th hole, the tough driving hole here at the Poona Club. So interesting times beckon us. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on tight to your seats as you're going to be now joined by Rahul Banerjee for the next few moments.
Real clutch stuff there from Shaurya Bhattacharya, showing nerves of steel. Absolutely knowing he needed to bury that putt, making no mistake at all, putting it into the heart of the hole and keeping the pressure on Yuvraj. Yuvraj is back to a 2-shot cushion, and we enter the final 2 holes of the Poona Club Open 2025. Great fight. This has been a terrific round, Rakesh. Both players have shown immense character, immense, resilience, patience, discipline. Because all of this is needed on a course where even the slightest, mistake can punish you. We saw both of them make great recoveries from difficult positions. And had it not been for that one putt that got away at the very end, the gap would really have just stayed at one, which is
One, yeah.
and it's fantastic for an event that we after a gap of I think 3 or 4 events we're seeing such a close finish, and it's there can't be any finer advertisement for the game than seeing hopefully a photo finish at the end of it all.
Absolutely, Rahul. You've nailed it. Here also, imagine two contenders on the last day, starting the day 2 shots apart, and maintaining a bogey-free 6 under after 16 holes. You can imagine how composed these two individuals are out there, withstanding the pressure and still staying on course.
That's a great approach shot there from Shivendra Sisodia, who's currently in sole third position on 13 under, 5 under for the day. And then it's playing alongside Veera Lawat, which you can see it's the center of left of Sisodia is in the black long full arm sleeves. And a growing band of fans and enthusiasts joining the action. And you get a look at the lovely old Poona Club complex, the clubhouse, the green, beautiful fairways. Very smooth looking course, isn't it, Rakesh?
Yeah, Rahul, and the shape of that bunker, it looks like a piece of the like jigsaw puzzle there. It's very unusually designed bunker.
Jairaj Sandhu is the third member of that group we were just talking about. Thing is, you're allowed to clean your ball, I think, thanks to all the rain and heavy conditions that we have had at this event over the last 2 days, particularly. Jairaj Sandhu now with his approach. Been a day of low scores. I mean, particularly the upper half of the leaderboard, Rakesh, is full of has the significantly higher proportion of birdies to pars, and even oh, what a great shot there, Gerard Sandhu, measuring almost with a tape the distance he needed to be from the flag. It's very, very makeable putt. Sisodia a little further away, and Alawat was on the right side of the green.
If you take a close look at the scores so far, I think at least 5 to 6 players are going to finish the event with all subpar scores on each of the days. So that shows how consistent they've been here. It's very unusual to see that, because right now, if you just take a hard look at the scores there, barring Yuvraj Singh, who got a par round yesterday, every other person in the top 7 has got subpar scores, and by the looks of it, they all are going to be about uh, minus 11 for the tournament or better.
22 under is your lead score at the moment, with 2 holes to go for the final group. But this group is on the 17th green. Sisodia and Shivendra Sisodia in picture. His caddy also taking a little bit of a close look at some undulations that don't seem obvious to the naked eye. Sisodia is,
And it's clear that the leaders group on the 17th green are still waiting. So this kind of a wait, which is an unusual one, because they all want to stay with that pace, and suddenly they were being made to wait on the 17th tee box. Uh, it remains to be seen how focused both Sandhu and Shaurya will be. Of course, they are all seasoned pros now.
which is why I think
While the 17th, the group just ahead of them had just taken the tee shot. So I don't know what happened.
it can happen
in the
sometimes, Rakesh,
intermediate,
because
yeah.
I suspect the group before them, ahead of this group,
They must have
that
slowed them
Varun
down.
Parekh
Yeah,
I
quite
think he lost
possible.
his
Yeah.
ball, or
Yeah.
they took some time finding his ball,
Yeah.
because he had pulled his drive to the left.
Mhm.
So I have a feeling that's probably what has kind of backed up the whole
Yeah.
the subsequent groups. But hopefully we are back on track, and we
Yeah, because you have on the 13th and the 16th, both are the shortest,
Veer
the
Alawat there,
scores there.
just leaving his staying a little high with his putt. Good effort, 22 feet from the pin. Just knocks it in with one hand. And has a word or two with his caddy of what could have gone wrong with our read. That putt, Yuvraj Sandhu now. I beg your pardon. Gerard Sandhu. I'm so used to talking about the leader that his name is the one that first comes off the tongue. But Gerard Sandhu, young man, with a terrific approach shot. And making no mistake with that putt, though it was only a bogey putt, but he still made sure it was to limit the damage to just one and not more than that.
Yeah.
There was a hint, because he was so far behind the others, Rakesh, that he
Yeah.
probably was in trouble before that. And sure enough, Sisodia now will be looking to clean up on his penultimate hole of the week. Has gone along well enough so far. He's been sole possession of third place, 13 under, and certainly he also has been in the wars. This 17th has taken a toll on the field, Rakesh, because
Yeah.
we just saw Gerard Sandhu
Dropping a
bogey
shot. Yeah.
this hole. Sisodia in a similar position. It'll be his first blemish of the day. He's kept a clean card all along up to this point, and coming into the penultimate hole of the tournament is where he dropped his first shot of the day. So Sisodia will drop back to 12 under par, but is still one clear of fourth place, Yuvraj Singh. 11 under shares fourth place with Veer Lawat, and Manoj S. now coming up to the final green. Thanga is also in a very similar position just off the green. Blasting his way out of the sandbox.
It's very unusual to see, the guy who leads has a 9-shot lead over a third placed contender. Just shows the gulf between the first and the third.
Manu now 12 under par for the tournament, playing off the left side of the fairway on the 17th hole, which has already claimed a couple of scalps in the preceding group, the group that just followed just up the road, and not the best result. That ball vanishing into the rough and on a downslope. Not the easiest of shots for Manu to recover from.
This is correct.
He's slipped away a little bit. His two bogeys in the last 4 holes, Manu. He was at one point in sole possession of third. And a terrific approach there. That could well be a significant gain for young Shaurya, who's now, as you can see on the picture, has a growing band of fans and followers tracking his progress. And event leader Yuvraj Sandhu now waiting for his shot to come onto the 17th green. On to the final hole, par 5, closing par 5 on the 18th. And more trouble for somebody. My goodness, that is not a good spot to be in. It's even difficult to figure out who it is, but we shall shortly know. Oh, that's your event leader. Right, and looks like a grove of trees. Interesting to see what he does with this one. But he has the tiniest of gaps, and he squeezed the ball out very well indeed. My goodness, what a recovery!
What a lovely recovery.
He's literally threading a needle with that attempt, and these are the moments that probably that separate a winner from the rest. Not the easiest of shots, thick grove of trees. He was literally inside a grove, headed the ball perfectly. Not just the line, not just the distance, but the pace and everything, and he's landed even inside Shaurya Bhattacharya's ball, whom we thought had hit a beautiful approach shot just minutes ago. So the contest continues. Nobody's taking a step back in this battle. This absolute needle contest between the two of them. They've given nobody else even a sniff of a chance. They just confined the battle to within themselves, and have traded blow for blow. Literally, it's been a heavyweight contest all this while, and it's now we are into the 17th hole. That 17 holes they've just stuck to each other. No one's taken a step back. uh, blow for blow, birdie for birdie, par for par, recovery for recovery. And you just minutes ago saw a fabulous example of just what we've been talking about. Manu in some strife now in the thick rough to the left of the green. Yards in. It doesn't give him too much of space to play around with, but again, this he will call on all the skills he would have learned and picked up in Europe. Spent a year in Europe. World Tour that rewards the Order of Merit topper of each year in the last 3 years, and would have played a lot of different surfaces, different conditions that one year when he was there.
Manu has lost his way a little bit over the last few holes. Like on the 13th, he had a bogey. He repeated the act 2 holes later, and now he finds himself in a little awkward position from here.
Fabulously soft hands there, Rakesh. He
Absolutely.
just floated
His
the ball
experience
out.
showing here, I think he's really nailed it well. And all he'll require from here is a single putt. And as the leader and the second best uh, player of the day, Yuvraj and Shaurya are looking to extend their chase for the coveted prize. I, at this point, welcome back Rahul Bajaj.
Thank you, Rakesh. So the battleground stays pretty hot. Things remain pretty interesting over here at the Poona Golf Club course. Leader still at about 22 under par. Shaurya at 20 under par. What a brilliant shot that we just saw from Yuvraj Sandhu from that rough, cutting that ball from between the trees and setting himself up for a birdie opportunity. In fact, not even further away from the flag, but very much a realistic one at that. So interesting times that we can see, and as you all did share a few moments earlier, 10 shots away is the third position. So you can really tell that Yuvraj and Shaurya are kind of playing a different golf course. Probably the other players have been left out at some other course.
Absolutely, they made it a very one-on-one battle, Rahul.
There we've got Yuvraj now putting for birdie over here, and nice attempt, but leaves it bit short off the hole, leaving the door open for Shaurya Bhattacharya to catch up another shot on this leader.
These two now are the only ones, and I'll stop there. I'm not going to say anything more for now. We'll come back to this point a little later. No more of walking down that road for now. But in the meantime, Shaurya Bhattacharya with the opportunity to once again close the gap to the leader by 21 under, 22 under, I beg your pardon. Yuvraj Sandhu, our event leader, and Shaurya Bhattacharya in hot pursuit as he has been from after the 36th hole, in fact, taking it all the way down to the wire by the looks of it in the 71st hole of this 1 crore rupee Poona Club Open.
Can Shaurya make this putt and move himself within a shot of the lead? And unfortunately, just lips it by. Will be left with a tap in. So 2 shots to go and a par 5 in place. Flanked by the OB line on the left side. Lots of trees on both the sides of the fairway. There we have that reaction from Shaurya. Clearly, he's miffed by it.
He should be very proud of himself, Rahul. Whatever the outcome today, he has not taken a step back. He's stuck in this battle all the way through. And somebody like Yuvraj Sandhu is a dominant player. He comes on you, and Shaurya has shown he has the resilience and the determination to stay in the fight, which is a very very uh, I think a very important characteristic in an event, a lonely sport like golf. You have to be uh, very centered with yourself to to keep the intensity at this level as he has shown for 17 holes. Brilliant stuff.
Well, with a risk and a little disclaimer of no body shaming over here, but it's not over till the fat lady sings, and we still have one hole to go with two
I mean,
shots to be played for. And
but all
being a
sudden,
par five, it can come out to be a really interesting hole, and especially
absolutely.
for the people who are viewing it here on YouTube, on the PGTI channel, or you're viewing it live at the golf course. This last hole is surely going to be an interesting hole. Two long hitters battling it out. Could one of them eagle this?
And it's also good to see that that there's the crowd that is following the lead group has grown literally hole by hole in the last 2 hours, 2.5 hours that we've been here with you all. So that's also been very good to see.
We take a look at Veer Elawat over here. It's nice to see a lot of these young professionals now being supported by a lot of corporate houses. So are players like Veer and Shaurya as well as Yuvraj. All of these players are being supported slowly and steadily and surely by a lot of corporates coming in, so which is a great change happening. In fact, talking about a lot of corporates, we also see lots of new names, lots of new companies which are coming up forward to support and sponsor the sport of golf. What a brilliant shot here by Veer Lawat, setting himself up for an eagle over here, just under 15 feet. So, it's nice to see all of these new sponsors and new companies which are coming up forward to support the sport of golf. And, for all of those who are just joining us now, you're watching the PGTI's 22nd event of the 2025 season, the Poona Golf Club Open 2025, for a prize purse of 1 crore rupees. All the PGTI events are started by 126 professional golfers who vie for the first 50 spots after 2 days are the ones that remain. So the rest of the 76 players go out of the field. And those 50 are the ones who make a check out of the 1 CR prize purse. We take a look now at Jairaj Sandhu coming up from the fairway here on the 18th hole. Jairaj
Sticking it dead, Rahul.
absolutely is like a dart sport for him. And on the 18th now, we just saw Yuvraj Sandhu unleashing one towards the right side. I think he is probably in the second cut on the right side. Can Shaurya Bhattacharya drill one right into the heart of the fairway or not? We wait to see. Special mention out to Yuvraj Singh for a top 5 finish alongside Manoj S and Veer Alawat also over there. Veer has an opportunity over here to move into third position if he can make that eagle putt. That could dethrone Sisodia from that third spot that he has kept a monopoly on for quite a few hours now.
This has already opened the door a little on 17 with that bogey, and we will also want to cash in. It's been a while since he's played on the PGT honor, since he's been away in Europe. I'm looking to make the most of his, as you said, last 6 events he has before the end of the season. Terrific drive there. I think Shaurya is. Bhattacharya has found him in a good spot. So next up, it's Manu Gandas.
Incidentally, Yuvraj Sandhu has already won the Tata Steel Players Championship this year at the Tollygunge Club in February. And then thereafter that, he won back-to-back events at the Glade 1 with a total score of 17 under par. And also went on to win the Mysuru Open as well as the PGTI Players Championship at Clover Greens, both back-to-back events again. So 2 back-to-back victories. And if he goes on to win this week, which is 1 hole remaining for us to see, and he would have won his 5th event of the season, which he did in 2022 as well. Record of sorts.
In fact, that was the year he and Manu
wins.
Gandas had a terrific battle down the stretch before Gandas won it at the very end to top the order of merit. It was a great battle. So they traded win for win. Literally, I think the last 8 or 9, nobody else came within sniffing distance of the title. They just made it a monopoly, the two of them. Duopoly, rather. Nice little chip on from Shivan. Beautiful. Terrific judgment of distance. Probably be for a par.
In fact, Yuvraj Sandhu currently leads the PGTI's order of merit at 88 lakh 67,200 rupees, followed by Arjun Prasad closely at second position. This would actually take Yuvraj Singh further ahead with this victory to be poised for an Order of Merit champion. Although plenty events still remain on the PGTI's calendar, but things look extremely interesting. Shaurya Bhattacharya is at fourth position on that Order of Merit at 68 lakh rupees, and N. Thangaraja, the Sri Lankan, at 82 lakhs 22,000 rupees, poised at third position. This week will turn out to be interesting, and going forward into the next couple of weeks, we've got a few events at 1 crore rupees, a few events at 2 crore rupees, which would could turn this entire top five on the Order of Merit quite topsy-turvy. And Yuvraj Sandhu, of course, with the largest opportunity as of now to separate himself further on that Order of Merit.
That's what we all want to see, a nice battle at the end of everything, like we're seeing now in front of us. If it so happens that it will carry on into the Order of Merit as well, so be it. Good for golf. It's a great advertisement, and we are seeing people respond to that. I mean, oh, what a beautiful putt. Jairaj Sandhu hitting a perfect read on that. Strapping left-hander, just burying that in the heart of the cup.
Jairaj had a bit of a blemish here on the 17th with a double bogey, and seems like he's made some amends over here on the 18th hole. I will apprise you of the score shortly. Currently at a tie for 8th position, and if he has made a birdie, he would actually move into 8th position by himself, as Angad Chima and Varun Parekh, who are tied alongside him at the 8th position as of right now, are also at 9 under par. Veer Elawat now putting for eagle here on the 18th. Can Veer hold this putt and move ahead into the third position, playing alongside Shivendra Sisodia, a man who's had some drop shots in the last hole. Alawat running that one by and should have just about 3 feet now for a birdie. That's Sisodia. Sisodia putting for birdie over here. Sisodia would get to 13 under par and stamp himself settled into that third position with that putt.
Well, after that drop shot on 17, he certainly is taking his time, settling his nerves. Took a drink, just slow things down, slow down the heart rate, make sure everything's back on track.
Seems like he's plumb bobbing his way in there. Plumb bob, an age-old technique to figure out where the slope is bending towards.
And meantime, our event leader on screen looks like he's been in some sort of a discussion there. We wait for Sisodia to finish his putt. A bogey here will, I beg your pardon, a birdie here will pretty much seal third place for him.
Correct. It'll be a cement of authority there for Shivendra to make that. And of course, his best finish so far in 2025 season. Sisodia plays from Gurgaon here in the Delhi NCR region. A putt to finish at solo third position.
But
I was outside of the cup through and through, and a tap in, although he should remain at the third position with even that par at 12 under par.
yeah, the best Alawat can do is actually join him. So on 12 under.
Every player has a bit of different things that they do, and Veer Alawat actually feeling the slope from his feet. We had Shivendra there trying the plumb bob technique. So none is right or none is wrong. Alawat there making a birdie and moves to tie alongside Sisodia at 12 under. So not a solo position for Sisodia, tied alongside the former Order of Merit champion Veer Alawat. Fine company though.
And heading into the final hole of this event, Rakesh Rao will returns to the commentary box, and he and Rahul Bajaj will walk you through the closing proceedings of what promises to be, even now at this late stage, an absolutely fascinating battle, because by the looks of it, the leader is in a little bit of strife.
Well, things always seem to get quite interesting out here on the PGTI, the Professional Golf Tour of India, the finest professionals in the country vying here for the second edition of the Poona Golf Club Open. Pin today on the 18th hole is 24 in from the front edge and 8 from the left. So very much an attackable pin location, although the green runs from the back to the front, which makes the shot pretty uphill. Players can really attack it if they are in the fairway. Manu Ganda certainly here on our screens is in the fairway, and Shaurya Bhattacharya would need himself to have a really good look at that second shot and give himself an eagle opportunity if he wants to catch hold of Sandhu, who is already 2 shots ahead and being a par 5, although he's missed the fairway, but still very much in play. Manu Gandas now from the fairway, going with a fairway wood. It's a really interesting hole to finish at the Poona Club. Very good for viewing. The clubhouse right there behind and on the left side of the green. Manu, who's been battling a wrist injury but going at it week after week, week after week. Quite commendable. In fact, talking about commendable also, I found it very interesting with all the up and downs that we've seen in the leader group today. Shaurya coming off the left first cut. Ball perched up right on top of the grass. He needs cook something special going with his 2-iron. Can he get this up close and personal with the flag or not? Bhattacharya, strong swing there. Seems to have leaked it out a touch to the right. Doesn't quite like it. But still very much on the putting surface. Should have about 30 feet for an eagle.
That looks pretty neat. Looking at the
Well, he's got a shot at it for sure.
Certainly. And it remains to be seen where Sandhu will also be, I think eyeing a spot closer to the pin for sure with his next shot.
If you all are watching this on YouTube, why don't you comment? Whom do you think is going to take the title? Will Shaurya Bhattacharya make an eagle over here? Where would Sandhu be? And could Shaurya Bhattacharya possibly force a playoff? Remains to be seen. All the fans of the professionals out here watching, enjoying this beautiful day of golfing. And of course, beautiful golfing in this leader group. Yuvraj Sandhu, Shaurya Bhattacharya, 2 players, the first and the second, both playing bogey-free rounds of golf here at the Poona Club. No mean feat, ladies and gentlemen. This is probably the finest kind of golf that you're watching on your screens. And Sandhu going forward aggressively with that swing. Seems to like it. And there we have some claps over there from all the viewers on the course, all the spectators that we have. Lovely to see so many fans out there supporting the golfers, enjoying a day out on the golf course. Beautiful weather here at the Poona Club. And of course, the beautiful facilities at the club and the golf course to be able to enjoy all of this sporting activity. Be an interesting putt here for Shaurya. And as we find out where Yuvraj Sandhu has landed himself. Manu Gandas walking by.
Manu has had a difficult round as compared to his 2 other, partners who have been contending for the title here.
As we near the close of the Poona Club Open on the 18th hole here with our leader group now about approaching the green. We must give a big thank you to all of the sponsors for this tournament. The host venue, the Poona Golf Club course, the title sponsors, Vencob and NECC, as well as sponsors in Ventive. We've got SKS Fasteners, Elika, Marvel Realtors, Shubban Investments, DFMC, Automech, and Kinetic. Also, Novotel Poona Nagar Road is also an associate partner for this week. The tournament has been played by 126 players. Some of the top players in the field: Veer Lawad, Yuvraj Sandhu, Shaurya Bhattacharya, Arjun Prasad, Om Prakash Chauhan, Manu Gandas. International names in N. Thangaraja, as well as Subhash Tamang from Nepal, playing here at the majestic Poona Golf Club course. Coming now on the final hole, and we have Yuvraj Sandhu leading the way at 22 under, with Shaurya Bhattacharya at 20 under par, putting for an eagle over here. Can there be more drama on this green than we have already seen on the course today? Also, a big thank you to all of our tour partners, the Victorious Choice. We've got IndusInd Bank, Amrutanjan Electro Plus, Amul, a brand name which is known to every household in this country, and Campa. And all the kids of the 80s and the 90s would surely know what Campa is. Now coming back into the market, Manu Gandas trying to come back onto the green from that rough now. Manu coming up from the rough over here. He's got plenty of room to work with on the green, though. It only depends on whether he can really get the club to the ball and get the proper dropping area for it. Going uphill, though, ball will not come up with much of spin. It's a fine amalgamation of technique and experience. And Manu has hit that one a bit too aggressively. Got a little bit of a downhill putt coming back for a birdie. I think first to putt over here is going to be Sandhu. Birdie putt here for Yuvraj Sandhu. Far distance away, nearly about 60 feet to the hole for Yuvraj. Got the flat stick in his hand. He would surely be trying to make this putt because Shaurya Bhattacharya sits there for an eagle. Sandhu now ready to putt for birdie here on the 18th hole. A long distance away, but this putt would very much seal the deal for him. Sandhu going with an aggressive approach, but still leaving himself just a tiny little tap in from under 3 feet for a par on this hole. Shaurya Bhattacharya here faced with an eagle opportunity to tie alongside Sandhu. Can he force a playoff or not? Remains to be seen.
Now, this one shot is going to virtually, like it'll actually like decide the course, whether the tournament ends right here or we are going to go into playoff holes.
Well, there's also Bhattacharya putting for eagle here on the 18th hole at the Poona Club to force a playoff with the current leader of the Order of Merit, Yuvraj Sandhu, and also the former Order of Merit champion here in India. Also played a little bit on the DP World Tour the last couple of years. Bhattacharya wasting no time. Unfortunately, Bhattacharya has missed his eagle putt, has a downhill putt now remaining for a birdie to move to 21 under par. So we're only looking for now getting a playoff now. Could be more of an outside chance, but brilliant golf that we've seen over here from Bhattacharya as well as Sandhu. Both players playing to 6 under par, bogey free on their scorecards here on the final day, and Bhattacharya poised to move to 7 under for the day, and Sandhu to finish at 6 under and 22 under for the tournament. What a brilliant showing of golf that we've seen over here, Rakesh. It's been absolutely scintillating. Close calls all day long.
Flawless round so far by Sandhu in particular, because what he has been able to do, because he's the one under pressure, and Shaurya on the other hand has made things happen with a series of 4 birdies, 2 on either side of the turn, and then adding another one to make it 5 on the trot. It was absolutely fantastic effort, and then he added another one a hole later. So his back nine looks very, very impressive, just like yesterday. And it is all credit to Sandhu for holding his nerves, and he hasn't cracked, though Shaurya did his bit.
We take a look now at Manu coming up for a birdie over here, make an up and down from the front part of the green. He was about 30 odd yards away. This would tie him at 12 under par alongside Sisodia and Elawat, the two gentlemen from Gurgaon at third position, and Manu Gandas who lips that one out. He would stay at 11 under par at a tie for fifth position alongside Yuvraj Singh, Manoj S. I'm quite curious as to what the S in Manoj is. Is it Singh or is it Sharma? That's just me being uh, doing all the guesswork that I possibly can, but quite curious. Yuvraj Sandhu, that peculiar way that he lines up to the golf ball. Stylish young lad from Chandigarh. Putting for par here now on the 18th to finish the tournament and win his fifth title of the season, Yuvraj Singh Sandhu. Putt to win here for Yuvraj. It's about 4 feet away, all the way uphill, and shouldn't have much of a break. Maybe a touch from the left to the right, but just a hair. Oh, that would be a miss, and that would drop Yuvraj Sandhu to 21 under par. Now the ball is in Shaurya Bhattacharya's court to close in with that birdie and take Sandhu into the playoff at 21 under par. Will Bhattacharya make this putt? Downhill putt here for him. So a tough one, but Bhattacharya now putts to force a playoff.
What a miss, and what a time to miss his putt from such close distance. But that's the way it has been designed, I think, the way it has been scripted. So a lot of action. Now everything depends on how Shaurya closes this.
Wow, the first bogey of the day for Sandhu, and look at the timing of it all. Those knee knockers, as we were talking about them earlier, about 3 feet away. You remember that anecdote I was telling you from one of the fine golfers. These are the ones that make you feel like the 3-footer is like a 30-footer. Is it his chance to force the playoff? And Bhattacharya forces the playoff at 21 under par to take Sandhu in after the 18 holes of this final round. Great golfing over here. Superb sportsmanship being displayed by the two fine gentlemen here at the Poona Golf Club Open. What a fine day of golfing as we wait now to see the playoff. Once the players submit the scorecard into the clubhouse, they will be escorted to play the playoff, which will be held most likely here back on the 18th hole. We are yet to be apprised of that. What a fine day of golfing here at the Poona Golf Club.
Just what the spectators and those who have been keeping track of the proceedings all day, they wanted to see a close contest. It can't get closer than this. A two-shot swing on the final hole, and the only blemish by the leader, and came as it did on the final hole. He had to just putt and win the tournament. He could have sealed it then. He missed it, bogeyed the hole, and Shaurya kept his nerves and birdied his last hole to make it. I mean, to just leave those two contenders tied at minus 21, that is 21 under for the tournament. And now we await the beginning of the playoff. And I don't think anybody expected it once Sandhu had the ball so close on the green, just at one final, just that tap from about 4 feet would have actually sealed the tournament. But this has now reached a point where we are going to see one more playoff on the PGTI tour this season. So excitement at its highest. And now you see, for a change, Shaurya Bhattacharya holding that top place on the leaderboard for the day up till now, displacing Yuvraj, because who has been ruling that spot. He has virtually owned it till that last shot.
It's going to be interesting now to see who takes the cake on this par 5. And while Shaurya Bhattacharya and Yuvraj Sandhu now gear up to go back to the 18th tee box at 21 under par is where they finish their campaign. Now this tournament turns into a little bit of a match play between the two stalwarts.
True.
And tied at the third position, we've got Shivinder Singh Sisodia and Veer Lava, the two gentlemen from Gurgaon, turning in at 12 under par. They finished their campaign at a third position. A mention to the players Yuvraj Singh, Manoj S. and Manu Gandas, who finished at a tie for fifth position. Jairaj Sandhu and Angad Chima have finished at 8th and 9th positions respectively with scores of 10 under and 9 under. And Arjun Prasad solo at 10th position, all by himself, lonely place to be at 8 under par. Anshul Kaptial, the youngster, tied alongside Varun Parekh and Anthanga Raja at 7 under par in the 11th place. Local lad Rohan Dole Patil finishes with an eagle.
I'm sorry, sir. My mistake.
पर हम भी जिद्दी है
मुश्किल खड़ी है खोले सीना सामने एक चट्टान है मेरी जिद का बोले पसीना चट्टानों के अंदर आसमान है जिद क्या पावाली जिद क्या पावाली जिद क्या पावाली जिद.
What a great shot! But he looks tired. And that's a drinks break.
But what's the plus sign for? अमृतांजन इलेक्ट्रो प्लस. जब लगे थकान वाली प्यास, जरूरी है सेल लेवल हाइड्रेशन. इसके इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स आपके सेल्स को रिहाइड्रेट करें, एनर्जी लौटाएं, थकान वाली प्यास मिटाएं.
जब आपको भी लगे थकान वाली प्यास, अमृतांजन इलेक्ट्रो प्लस. थकान वाली प्यास के लिए.
One side with the Viman Nagar on the other side where the airport rests, and what a beautiful place to be at here in the Pune city. And weather conditions at 24 degrees centigrade. The wind was just about breezy early this morning, and a fine setting and a fine viewing for all of our spectators while we await Bhattacharya and Sandhu to be escorted to the 18th tee box. So let's talk about a bunch of eagles that were made today. Yuvraj Singh from Kapurthala with his first top 5 finish of this season, made an eagle on hole number 7. Rohan Dole Patil, the local lad, made an eagle on hole number 18 to end his campaign on his home course in style. Those were the eagles of the day, as we saw today. Although in the penultimate round, we saw so many eagles, we were hoping that we won't miss out on any. We've of course got plenty birdies here in our leader group, with Shaurya Bhattacharya making 7 birdies today. Bogey-free round for him. We've also had 6 birdies from Yuvraj Sandhu, whose only blemish came in on that final hole, and surprisingly so. Sandhu, usually extremely confident and assertive with that putter, unfortunately didn't quite make that putt. Be interesting to see what happens on this playoff hole. It could be won on an eagle as well.
And Rahul, if you take a look at Veer Ehlawat, who's ended up sharing the third spot, he has birdied every single even numbered hole on the back nine, a flawless back nine with 5 birdies there, and of course one on the seventh. So he's had a string. After the 6th hole, he has played extremely well. He kept picking up shots and eventually ended up with a card of 5 under for the day.
What a beautiful back nine that is, Rakesh, that you mention it the way you did, that he's birdied every even numbered hole. Literally gone like that. It's gone birdie par, birdie par, birdie par, all through that back nine.
And the best back nine was, of course, Veer Ehlawat, matched only by Shaurya. Both ended the back nine journey with a 31.
I remember how we were talking yesterday, and we were mentioning how even a player at 4 or 5 shots away from the top of the leader has a good shot over here, because just because of the way the course is set up, you could end up really getting off to a hot streak over here, and we could tell that from the players. And Yuvraj definitely started off terrifically with a birdie on the first, birdie on the 5th, birdie on the 7th and the 9th. Especially the birdie on the 1st and the 5th are not easy birdies, mind you, on this course. 7th hole, of course, being a par 5, reachable for most of these players. Tough birdies. In fact, even on the 12th hole, what a superb up and down Sandhu made to make that up and down from the left bunker with no space to stop the ball. He hit it to about 10 feet and ended up rolling in that 10-footer. And then on the 13th hole, from short and right of the green with that flared up tee shot, made that up and down. Terrific shots that we've been able to witness today. What a blessing.
Yeah. And also, Shaurya was 4 behind Yuvraj at the turn. So just imagine he picked up those 4 shots in the space of 9 holes and in such a dramatic way. And now we are all set for the playoff.
Yeah, we've got Yuvraj Sandhu now putting in back some nutrition into himself as he waits for Shaurya to come up onto the tee box before they spin the bottle, so to speak, to figure out who's going to hit the first tee shot.
You have to wonder, Rahul, at Yuvraj's state of mind now. At, like Rakesh pointed out, at one point on the final day, he was 4 shots up the road, and Shaurya just kept nipping away at his heels, and he dragged him back. And you could see he was under pressure, because in the last 2 holes, 17 and 18, you could feel that he's starting to feel the heat, and maybe it was just a little bit of divine justice that yesterday it was Shaurya who missed a putt that would have literally dragged him to the edge of literally onto Yuvraj Sandhu's back pocket, and today it was just the other way. So this is going to be very interesting to see what happens from now on.
There we have Bhattacharya walking up onto the tee box now on the 18th, with Sampachari, the tournament director, now telling the players what to do. So we'll call it the spin of the bottle or call it the flip of a coin. But the coin is going to now decide which player is going to tee off first for the first playoff hole here at the Poona Golf Club Open 2025. Winners check. 15% of the prize purse goes to the winner. There we have the flip of the coin. Heads I win, tails you lose. Let's advantage Bhattacharya. He'll be the first to tee off over here. Throw us some comments into that YouTube chat box. What do you think is going to happen here on this first playoff hole? Are we going to have a victor right here, or are we going to have a tie? We'll wait to find out. Bhattacharya, of course, with a good memory here on the 18th in stroke play, just finishing up with a birdie on the 18th, hitting a drive into the fairway and then 2-iron onto the green, 2-putting for a 4 to force this playoff. And there we have a strong swing by Shaurya Bhattacharya. Looks like a pretty good ball here. And there we have him slightly on the right side of the fairway into the second cut, but seems like it's in decent shape as being signaled by the spectators.
Now the focus will be on Sandhu. Clearly under pressure after squandering a 4-shot lead, and especially after encountering a 2-shot swing on the 18th, and now he has returned to the 18th tee box.
Sandhu, the great draw ball striker, can hit a really nice draw off the tee. Very long hitter. And seems like we've lost sight of his golf ball, but we've got hands up from the spectators. The ball is fine. It is also, I think, towards the first or the second cut on the right side of the fairway here on the 18th. Interesting times waiting to see the winner here for this tournament.
Rahul, it appears he has hit the ball almost in the same area where he had hit during regular play, just around the same trees.
Rakesh, this is where really the things will get super interesting once we come to know exactly what the lie of the golf balls here is for both Yuvraj and Shaurya. We will really come to know what is going to happen on the next, and this is where the hearts start racing. This is where things start getting anxious. And you can tell there are going to be anxious moments for both these players to walk the entire course of 300 yards, hoping that they get good lies to hit off.
They're no longer walking together. They both are doing their own thinking, planning, and now they are hoping to see that their ball is better placed.
It's going to be interesting here on with while the players await to see what kind of lies they have from off the fairway. Will they get a chance to attack the green or not? This is going to be very interesting and important for the players. Interesting, of course, for our viewers. Important, of course, for the players. Pin today, like I mentioned earlier, is 24 in from the front and 8 from the left. So even if you're slightly on the right side, you should be able to get a shot line towards the flag. It really depends on how far in you are. There are a lot of branches hanging on the right side of this fairway, so a lot will depend on the situation the players will find themselves in. As we await to hear playoff 1 in progress between Bhattacharya and Sandhu, players at 21 under par. The only two players to have finished at 21 under par for this tournament. The nearest competitors thereafter were Shivendra Sisodia and Veer Elawat, who finished at 12 under par. Huge trunk of that tree flanking the fairway. As we get back Rahul Banerjee into the commentary booth. Mr. Banerjee, interesting day out here. I see that your heart is pounding quite as much as the players' hearts are.
I have to say, I love it. This is what, this is what makes, you're talking about top level competition. Here you have a perfect example. I mean, two guys went at it no one took a step back. They slugged it out all the way, and let's see. And it's not yet finished. And it's not like you said a little while ago, with no body shaming involved. And over till the fat lady sings, and the fat lady ain't sung yet. So we don't even know where Yuvraj Sandhu's ball has gone.
Yes, I see some anxious moments here from the fairway. It seems like the ball hit the tree, but the spectators didn't quite see where the ball has landed up after hitting the tree. Sandhu is walking
Yeah,
around
I think
quite anxiously forward and backward.
I think they've
I think they
located it.
finally found
Yeah.
it. But all you get now is 3 minutes to be able to search the ball. And mind
That's
you,
right.
ladies and gentlemen, I've played some professional golf. 3 minutes is nothing if you don't know where your golf ball has landed up. And but yes, all these efforts are being made to quicken up the sport of golf with 30 seconds now only to be hit to hit a shot. And if you look at professional golf, even though it's being played for a career, for a living, and lots of money on the line, but you will find these players within 30 seconds they've made their decisions and off they go. In fact, I think that has actually improved not only the pace of play, I think it's also improved the quality of play, Rahul, don't you think? I think the lesser amount of time that the players have, the better the shots that they are playing, and the more underpars we are seeing.
Correct. I mean, you need to make quick decisions. In fact, the longer you stand over the ball, the more thoughts that creep in. What can I do? What should I do? So here, if you know that you have a finite amount of time available to you, you are going to take a quick call, not let too much distract you. Well, has found his ball, and I think it was that high draw that you were mentioning, Rahul, that he went for, and he unfortunately found and these are very mature trees, so the vegetation is thick, the trunks are solid, and his ball seems to have caromed off backwards somewhat. But anyway, good luck to him. This is a critical. He has recovered so many times through the day, Rahul, that it won't put anything past him.
Well, a long way away from the green, but I think he will be electing to chip this one out, a low one back into the fairway, and hopefully get a wedge close to the hole. And,
He's gone for a fly.
well, I think that ball has landed up into the second cut on the left side of the fairway, while Bhattacharya is just off the fairway on the right side with the green all open in front of him. And Bhattacharya, I think, will have to play a slight cut shot, although coming in from the rough, hitting a cut can be a slight difficult one. But he will have to employ a slight amount of a cut if he has a good lie to get this ball two onto the green.
And what is most pleasing to see, Rahul, over the last hour or so, is see the number of people who are following the game now. I mean, you literally, hole by hole, you've seen the crowd grow around the players, and that's a good example right in front of you. Shaurya lining up his second shot.
Bhattacharya going with an iron over here. I'm not quite sure as to what is the length of the shot, but he's going with an iron. Is he hoping to catch a flyer, or is he just a long way ahead in the fairway? I think that he would be going for it. And he has not caught that ball too well, but has found himself right in the middle of the fairway. Should have a bit of a wedge shot remaining to the flag.
Safe from the water, which is important also for him. I think that water is in play for a while, and he's safely through all of that, and a nice open shot at the green. Sandhu, in contrast, will have to come out of the rough, which you've seen is not the most amenable way to play, be out hitting out of. But then again, the quality of play these two have shown through the day has been quite astounding, and not willing to put anything past young Sandhu. He's recovered time and again from extremely tough situations and positions, and who's to say that he can't do it once more? So,
well, we are left with some interesting stuff happening over here with the third shot for Sandhu coming in from the left rough. I think he's got these trees right in front of him also that he needs to contend over and above. But and Shaurya has found himself in the middle of the fairway after two shots, after not catching the finest of second shots off that rough.
he's
But,
also, I think, asked for the camera to move, Rahul, by the looks of it, because he had a word with the cameraman, and I think they're moving the camera away. Yes. probably interfering with his line of sight. And he wants nothing to, sort of break his concentration. And he knows this is a very, very critical shot. Shaurya Bhattacharya is so much better placed. You can see Shaurya's ball on the fairway in front of you, the bottom right of your screen, and Sandhu is coming out of some strife. There's thick grass there. The tree is not very high, but nor is it very low. So he has to find a middle path and still find the green. So
Sandhu having to contend from over this tree on the left side of the fairway. His third shot onto the par 5 18th hole. It seems like he's not got like a wedge. It almost seems like a 9-iron or so in his hand. He's got a bit of distance as well. Is he trying to curve that one in from the right to the left? I think he is. Has he got enough curvature on that and finds the putting surface? Ball rolls just onto nearly pin high position on the right side of the green. He would have about a 40-footer here for a birdie attempt.
good result, Rahul, from where he was to find the green.
Not quite 40 though. I think it'd be about 25 to 30
Yeah,
feet.
not all that far.
Now
but
that I see it clearly. And
Yes.
Shaurya, of course, now has the floor open if he can stick that wedge close enough.
certainly has the opportunity to sort of really give himself a good chance to close it out, because Sandhu's putt will be a long one, 25 feet plus. And
The
he's
game very much open at this moment, Rahul.
still wide open, yes. But have to give Yuvraj Sandhu credit. He has scrambled his way out of trouble so many times today, and who's to say this is not one more? So pressure back on the young man. He's seen his opponent hit the green from slightly difficult lie, under the tree on one side, under the tree on the other side.
Let's see if Bhattacharya can hit a nice wedge shot over here for his third. Can he set himself a good birdie opportunity? Or will this playoff get pushed to the next hole? Bhattacharya seems to be about 70 or 80 yards away from the flag. That's a good shot here by Shaurya Bhattacharya, leaving himself about 8 feet uphill to the hole for a birdie. Can he close the match right here on the first playoff hole against Yuvraj Sandhu, the current order of merit leader here on the PGT of India's list of money earners?
Well, both of them 3 on, but pace setter through much of 2 days, the final 2 days has a much, probably 3 times as long a putt as his opponent has. Shaurya Bhattacharya playing fairly conservatively and just right of the green with his tee shot, laid up beautifully and stuck the ball to within 8-10 feet for a birdie opportunity. Yuvraj having to come out of the trees on the right, then come out of the trees on the left, doing really, really well to get to where he is at the moment. But that putt is a much, much longer one than the one Shaurya Bhattacharya has left himself to decide this, possibly decide this Poona Club Open 2025.
Of course, this is Sandhu's chance to exhibit all the pressure he can onto Shaurya or leave the door open for him. So this is definitely going to be an important putt. If Sandhu is to make this putt for sure, it could be a different result. And Shaurya also has his door open for a birdie. So interesting. Sandhu can be quite a box of surprises with his putter, though. And we saw him holding a couple of big ones yesterday as well. One of them came in on the 11th hole, which was pretty much the similar distance to this.
Looks like it's about closer to 30 feet, Rahul, that one. Real tester.
Sandhu now for birdie. All set. Not quite. Moves off. I think it's something that distracted him there. Lots of spectators out here today at the Poona Golf Club.
They've got their money's worth for sure, Rahul. Fascinating day today.
Yuvraj Sandhu for birdie. Sandhu hits that one by about 4 feet. Remains for him to save his par here on this first playoff hole. The door is now open for Bhattacharya. Bhattacharya is putting now for birdie over here and his second title of this season here at the Poona Golf Club. Putting from about 8 or 9 feet away. This ball will break a little bit from the left to the right. He did a similar putt in stroke play just a few moments ago on the 18th hole. He was putting for an eagle. He was a slightly different angle but similar position to this birdie putt. Coming from behind all day long, Shaurya Bhattacharya now standing in a position where he could make this tournament title his own. Kamet Yawa, Kamet the man.
There he seals it.
And Shaurya Bhattacharya, your winner for the Poona Golf Club Open 2025, the 22nd event of the PGTI season this year. What an amazing victory by Shaurya Bhattacharya, coming in, forcing a playoff with Yuvraj Singh Sandhu and then clinching the title right there on the first playoff hole with a birdie. What a lovely
finish.
week this has been. Shaurya Bhattacharya, ladies and gentlemen, your winner for the PGTI Poona Golf Club Open 2025 with scores of 69, 63, 67 and another 7 under par, which is a 64 on the final day. What a tournament this has been.
Absolutely fantastic end to a fantastic week. Shaurya, 2 behind the leader as Yuvraj took his overnight 2-shot lead into the final hole, and then he faltered for the only time during the round. And then just when it appeared that Yuvraj had the crown tucked in his hip pocket, Shaurya comes from behind and picks it up and just picks that pocket and then keeps that crown in great style. What a way to finish the first playoff hole and to settle the contest. All credit to Shaurya. Just a few weeks ago in the Kolar Open, Shaurya was in a similar situation in the lead after 15 holes, but somehow he couldn't close it, and Kshitij had picked up 4 shots on
Hey there, I have with me Mr. Gaurav Gadok. He's the president of the Poona Club Limited. Sir, it's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you, Shraddha.
Well, with that, I want to know from you, what are your thoughts on hosting this tournament for the second time with PGTI, and especially with pro golfers coming in and Mr. Kapil Dev coming in?
Firstly, let me thank everyone on behalf of the Poona Club Committee, Golf Committee, the viewers, the journalists, PGTI guys, our sponsors, especially Vencob, NECC, Marvel, SKS, Elika, Shubhan Investments, Automech, Date, Family, DFMC, and Kinetic. Without these sponsors, no event is possible. And also the tour sponsors of PGTI, a great thanks to them for hosting this event. And well, the professionals coming in and playing at our course is always a pleasure. The members get to see the skill of this game. See, it's not easy to become a professional. It's the hard work that they put into, especially for golf. I've seen the kids for like 8 hours. They are gymming, they are dieting, they are playing, they are coaching. It is just a tremendous job that they do, and it's a pleasure to have them, and it's an honor to have all the top players and the players that are going to be top in the future. And yes, Kapil sir coming in was like a cherry on the top, and it's who doesn't want him? That's what the question is. Who doesn't want him?
True.
We would love if he comes every year and honor us, and it just brightens up everyone. If you see the Pro-Am Day, everyone was so happy to see him.
Absolutely.
He's a legend of India and an amazing person, and what a humble man.
And I can vouch for that because I was there and everybody was just so happy
great
to
person.
have him. True. Well, with that, now that you mentioned the sponsors also, I want to know, especially from you, what was that motivation to get all of these sponsors on board and make this event a success?
So motivation, I would say, who you spoke to just before me, Mr. Ikram Khan. He told me, like, our course, we need to have this professional event, PGTI event, and he sat with me. I think this was 2 years ago when we did our first one in 24. And he said that let's have a Poona Open. So I said not Poona Open, but I will definitely have a Poona Club Open because I'm the president of Poona Club. And I want our club to be the best club in the country. So we want a Poona Club Open. So we contacted all the sponsors. The sponsors were there for last year as well, and they've supported us this year. And next year, like Kapil sir said, we would try our best to double the amount of the price.
Absolutely. Wow. That would be incredible for PGTI.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that extended support. Well, with that, one last question to you. So what does a tournament of this level mean for the Poona Club's golfing legacy?
Well, see, if you see at a course, you must have seen there are so many small kids that are roaming around with the players. There are almost 50 to 60 kids that are walking with the players. They are seeing the skill of these players, and they are seeing that what level they have reached. So definitely the legacy continues. And the players are going to be very happy, and the members are very happy, and definitely it's very good.
I can say that, this is that one tournament where we saw, I think, the maximum number of kids from what I have seen in the past tournaments. So yeah, you rightly pointed it out. Well, thank you so much, and it was great to have you with us. have with me Mr. Ikram Khan. He's the ex-captain of the Poona Club Golf Course. And sir, I want to know from you, so since last 1 week, it has been raining very heavily in Pune.
Yes.
And with such a prestigious tournament happening here, can you please tell us more about how did you prepare the golf course?
We were very tense that, what the conditions will be for of the golf course. We need it to be in the best condition.
Absolutely.
So the green staff and our captain Jay Shirke, all of them put in lots of effort. They've been up from 4 o'clock in the morning and on the course.
Absolutely.
But we are lucky the rains have stopped.
True.
And thanks a lot to God.
And with that, you know this golf course very closely.
Yes.
So what according to you is the USP of this golf course?
First, the golf course is very tight.
Okay.
And the greens are very tricky, especially the back nine.
Absolutely.
And now the roughs have grown, so I think they're having a tough time, everyone.
True. And with all the pro golfers coming in, we also had Mr. ABPLIVE coming in. So how was the excitement with the members?
Very excited.
Very excited?
Very excited. And our president has collected 1 crore,
wow,
which is a big amount. We have never done that before. And he can take it to 2 crores also.
Wow, incredible.
So, but the standard of golf is unbelievable.
True.
We have seen some of the best golfers.
True.
I'm watching them for the last 3 days. So thank you to PGTI.
Gentlemen, we welcome you to the prize presentation ceremony of the Poona Club Open 2025. And what a tournament we've had. A big hand for all our participants. The second edition of the tournament was a grand success in terms of the quality of golf on display, the outstanding media coverage, the incredible support of our sponsors, and the interest the tournament generated among the club members and spectators. There were a number of top-notch performances by the likes of Mohammad Azhar, Yuvraj Sandhu, Shaurya Bhattacharya, and Manu Gandas, to name a few. At the end, we had the most deserving champion. Now, to begin proceedings, I'd like to invite here on stage Mr. Sampath Chari, Tournament Director, PGTI. Mr. Chari, can we have you on stage, please? Mr. Gaurav Gadok, President, the Poona Club Limited. Mr. Ikram Khan, ex-captain and golf advisor, the Poona Club Golf Course. Mr. Indranil Mujgule, Vice President, the Poona Club Limited. Mr. Jay Shirke, Captain, the Poona Club Golf Course. And Mrs. Padmaja Shirke, Lady Captain, the Poona Club Golf Course. Would request all the dignitaries to kindly join us here on stage. Awaiting the Vice President. Is the Vice President here? Okay, in the meantime, I'd request Mr. Sampath Chari, representing PGTI here, to make the opening address. It's his home course. He's been all around the world, all around the country, but I know how delighted he is to come back to his home course.
Thank you, Nikhil. Very good afternoon to you, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely no doubt that, there's nothing like coming back home This is where it all started for me a good 30 years back at the Poona Club. We were Browns then, and slowly over a period of time till today, we have changed so much. But over that period of time, the amount of friends that I made is incredible, and it was wonderful meeting them all out here today. So, President, Vice President, AD Captain, thank you very much for having us out here. I can vouch for one thing, that on behalf of all the players sitting out here, we've had a fantastic week out here. Poona Club is a venue that should not be overlooked, and we always look forward to coming back here. It's been good. The normal green speeds were not there because of the unusual weather that we've had. But from day one, we came in and it was just pouring. The Pro-Am was played in pouring rain, and the players completed that event in rain. In pouring rain, they played, finished the event in darkness, in the rain. That shows the love for the game, the love for the professionals that have gathered out here. Thank you very much. That was an amazing success. And also, I think there were very, very few dropouts for that particular event for the Pro-Am. And the next year, perhaps we have to just rethink a little as to when we should have this event. All in all, I must thank the green staff for putting in a fantastic effort every morning after the pouring that we had. They gave us a fantastic golf course each and every morning. And we are very lucky that even now we got through. Ikram Khan came and told me, he says, boss, it's going to rain. I hope we get through this event on the 12th hole. And I told him, don't worry, we should get through it. We've been through it for so many days. We should get through these last couple of hours. We did. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody at Poona Club. It's great to get back here at the golf course out here. And we expect to come back here again and again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I now request Mr. Gaurav Gadok, President of the Poona Club Limited, to kindly address the gathering.
Hello everyone. Did you all enjoy the Poona Club Open? So what Mr. Sampatchari sir didn't mention, that this is his 921st tournament. He has been a chief referee for 921 referee. Sir, we wish and we hope that your 1000 will be here. Right? Okay, on behalf of our Poona Club committee, golf committee, firstly I would like to thank our players. Whether you've seasoned professionals, rising stars, or amateur partners in the Pro-Am, thank you for bringing your skill, sportsmanship, energy, and passion to this event. A round of applause for our players. To our sponsors, without your commitment, faith, and investment in Indian golf, this tournament simply would not have been possible. Your backing enables us. And thank you so much. I would like to name them. Our title sponsor, Vencob, NECC. Our other sponsors, Elica, Marvel, Realtors, SK's Fasteners, Shubhan Investments, Atin Agarwal, Automech. Then we have Date, DFMC, and Kinetic, Ajinkya Firodia, and Novotel. Mr. Likha is with over here. And the tour sponsors of PGTI. Thank you so much. To our staff of Poona Club Golf Course, a round of applause for them. To the marshals, event crew, everyone behind the scene, often unseen but absolutely indispensable. A round of applause for them, and especially our greenskeeper, Harshada, and her team. To everyone, all of you, thank you so much for coming and giving your time to the Poona Club Open 2025. I hope we will have the same to 2026 as well. So looking forward to see you next year. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I would now request Mr. Sampatchari to kindly present a plaque as a token of appreciation on behalf of PGTI to Mr. Gaurav Gadok, President, the Poona Club Limited, the driving force behind this event and the visionary who got the sponsors together for this one. We would like to inform you that PGTI President Mr. Kapil Dev has signed flags which will be framed and sent to the sponsors of the Poona Club Open 2025. Here's the flag that will be sent to them, signed by the legend and PGTI President Mr. Kapil Dev. I would now request Mr. Sampachari to kindly present a plaque on behalf of PGTI as a token of appreciation to Mr. Anant Likha, General Manager, Novotel, Pune, Nagar Road. Mr. Likha would request you to kindly stay on stage. You are supposed to give the next prize. And we are announcing the winners of the golf simulator contest held this week. To begin with, the winner on 29th October was Ashutosh. Would request Mr. Likha to kindly present him the prize. Is Ashutosh here? Can we have Mr. Ashutosh on stage to receive his prize? Can someone collect it on behalf of Mr. Ashutosh? He was the winner on the 29th, Ashutosh. Unfortunately, he wasn't present today. Thank you, Mr. Likha. And now we'll be announcing the next two winners on 30th October and on 31st October. And I'd request Mr. Yashwant Zanzge and Mr. Atin Agarwal to kindly join us on stage to present these two prizes jointly. Mr. Yashwant Zanzge from Shubhan Investment, one of the sponsors, and Mr. Atin Agarwal from Automech, again one of the sponsors for the event. And the winner of the golf simulator contest on October 30th was Arivir Singh. Arivir, I would request both Mr. Yashwant and Mr. Atin to jointly present the prize to the winner. And finally, October 31st, that is today, the winner is Revanch. Young Revanch walking towards the stage. I would request Mr. Yashwant and Mr. Atin to kindly do the honors once again. The golf simulator here was a huge draw, drawing in big numbers. We now move on to the main prizes. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Zanzge. Thank you, Mr. Agarwal, for joining us. We'll now be announcing the runner-up, and I'd request Mr. Indranil Mujgule, Mr. Jay Shirke, and Mrs. Padmaja Shirke to kindly jointly present the prize to the runner-up. He dominated for most part of the week, but unfortunately, it was not to be today. Yuvraj Sandhu, with scores of 65, 67, 65 and 66 for a total of 21 under 263, lost out on the first playoff hole. He takes away a prize money check worth 10 lakh. He's already a 4-time winner this year and currently the PGTI Order of Merit leader. He will extend his lead in the PGTI Order of Merit. Finally, it's time to announce the winner, and I would request Mr. Gaurav Gadok, the president, and the past captain, Mr. Ikram Khan, to kindly jointly present the prize to the winner, who literally pulled a rabbit out of the hat today. What a comeback, 6 birdies in quick succession and then winning it on the first playoff hole, Shaurya Bhattacharya, with scores of 69, 63, 67 and 64 for a total of 21 under 263. He snatched victory on the first playoff hole, his second win of the season and overall third professional title. He takes home the trophy and a prize money check worth INR 15 lakh. He is currently 4th in the PGTI Order of Merit. He'll take a leap in the PGTI Order of Merit now. A big hand for our winner, our champion, his third title, and what an amazing comeback today. He also wins himself a goodie from Shubhan. Finally, I'd like to invite the winner to kindly say a few words.
Hi everyone. Firstly, it will take some time to sink this in, and I feel like I was trailing by 2 shots going into the final round, and Yuvraj played really tremendous golf. I was 5 shots back after 8 holes. But I want to thank Yuvraj for pushing me through the last 2 days, and it brought the best in me. So thank you, Yuvraj. Firstly, thank you to the Poona Golf Club. Poona Golf Course has been playing great forever. I've been playing on this golf course. Due to the rain, the rain really held up today, but I feel like they did a really good job with the course staff and everything. Thank you so much. I also want to thank title sponsors Vencob and NECC for supporting, all the other event sponsors, all tour partners of PGTI. Thank you so much. It wouldn't be possible for us to be playing this event. Thank you so much. I want to thank my parents firstly, my mom and dad. They were the one who brought me, who introduced me to the game, and they've been through everything. They've supported me. Really want to thank them. My team, my coach Rahul Bajaj. He's been with me for the past 8 years, and he was commentating this week as well, so he watched the whole game today. My fitness trainer Sandy sir. My girlfriend Kyra as well, and my sponsor Sindola Foundation, Jaideep Patwardhan sir. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you. And lastly, my caddy Tony Bia. I want him to come up. He has seen me from the time I started playing golf, and I'm really proud that I'm able to experience everything with him. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Can we have a picture of the two? With the trophy. Finally, as we sign off, we'd like to thank our host venue, the Poona Club Golf Course, Our title sponsors, Vencob and NECC. Sponsors, Ventive, SKS Fasteners, Alika, Marvel Realtors, Shubhan Investments, TFMC, Automech and Kinetic. And of course, Novotel Pune, Nagar Road. A big thank you to Mr. Gaurav Gadok, Mr. Ikram Khan, Mr. Jay Shirke, all members of the committee, Colonel Abhay Sharma, CEO, the Poona Club Golf Course, Ms. Harshada for the course, Mr. Makran, Administrator, the Poona Club Golf Course, Mr. Dhananjay, Mr. Amit and the entire team, all players, referees and officials, and of course a big thank you to PGTI's tour partners who support us all year round, Rolex, Amul, IndusInd Bank, Victorious Choice, Campa, Amrutanjan Electro Plus, Golf Plus Monthly, Golf Design India, and a big thank you to ABPLIVE and Waves OTT for their outstanding coverage over the last 2 days. Thank you, and look forward to seeing you back here in Pune next year. A plaque is being presented by the President of the Poona Club Limited to PGTI, and I'd request Mr. Sampachari to kindly receive the plaque on behalf of PGTI. Thank you.